Welcome, horror fans, to HHN 365, a Halloween Horror Nights podcast. My name is Duff, and as always, I'm here with my co-hosts, Jess and Jonathan. What's up, guys?
We're here.
We did it.
Did you let them in?
They let us all in, technically, on the 29th.
True. Yeah, that's factually correct. Anyways, you know what we're talking about. But before we get to that, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube at HHN365 or TikTok at HHN365pod. Join our Discord. The link is in the description. Check out our merch shop. Guess what? We got 2 new items there. We'll talk about them in a second. HHN365.com. And if you want to leave a voicemail to be played here on the show, that number is 407-906-4134. And of course, on today's show, it was opening weekend of HHN 34, baby. We had the time. I guess, is it a spoiler if I say good time?
I don't think that's a spoiler. I think that's a positive thing to say.
We had a good time.
Yeah, together.
Together.
Look at that.
We'll get into that a lot as part of the experience, I believe. But first, a few things specifically for 365. As I mentioned, we do have 2 new merch items. We have the I Got That Fog in Me t-shirt. Lovely to add to your collection and rotation of Horror Nights apparel. And then also, Discord server members and YouTube live viewers, your wish has come true. The Goblethan shirt exists, and it is up on hhn365.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
How'd you feel wearing your face? Sort of.
What a question. Actually, his face 6 times.
6 times.
A lot of me dressed up in different ways. It's very weird, and it was kind of fun at first, and then you afterwards you're like, okay, here's the shirt, and I was thinking about it. I'm like, when am I ever going to wear this in public? Because it's just like me wearing my face.
Yeah, that's fair. You have to do it at least once.
That's true.
You have to. You have to show to HHN wearing Goblethan.
I will. We'll do it one time for like a YouTube video. If we're doing something special live or there or whatever, I'll put it on. And then after we're done, I'll take it off and switch.
So what I'm hearing is we'll actually be giving away a used Goblethan shirt.
Yeah.
In the park. I'm kidding. No, we don't want your No, but I get it.
Souvenir.
It's one of those shirts that, like, I love the joke. But I also don't know if I want to wear 6 Goblethans on me at all times.
But you know who does? Me. Our Discord member. Oh, and Duff.
Exactly. And Duff. I was going to say Chloe.
Yes, that too.
Also, unrelated to our merch, we are happy to say that we are luckily invited out to HHN 34 Media Night by Universal Orlando. So thank you so much for that opportunity. It's always a pleasure when we get that invite. And what that means for our news is that we have the walkthroughs on YouTube for you. They aren't all there yet because we're working on some quality control. But by the end of the week, they should all be there for your viewing pleasure. But thank you, Universal.
Yeah.
All right. Can we talk about the event now?
Please?
Yes, please.
That took all 4 minutes of that was painstaking.
It hurt. I was like,
I just want to talk about it.
Faster.
All right. Anyways, so speaking of that media night, Jess, you represented us this year. We want to hear about that experience first and what that entailed.
Well, I'm just going to start this by saying I got lost twice, which I think is so funny, and it is at no fault to my guide. But with my hair, I think it's 10 times funnier that I was the one that got lost. But it was amazing. We started out in the Blue Man Group stage, which was really fun. And they had all the food booths, at least, maybe not all of them. I don't think they had like Artista and Dolls, but all of the IPs had food booths there. So I got to try, I think, a dessert and a savory item from most of the booths. I didn't have a lot of time, but I think we'll get into that when we talk about food, right? Or you want to do that now?
We could do that now.
Okay, well, I got to try the popcorn chicken from Terrifier. I don't know if you guys have tried that yet.
I have not.
I have.
I'm kind of scared.
What do you think, Jonathan?
I think the thing is, I think in concept, it's a really cool idea. I just don't think it's executed well. Mainly the popcorn is very stale. And I feel like we've both had the same experience no matter what way we tried it. what day we tried or anything like that. And the chicken had some interesting flavor, but I don't know. It just didn't really speak to me.
Yeah, and like I hate to sound negative for 5 seconds because I was so grateful to be at this experience where like I didn't have to buy this food, but because it came from another kitchen and was transported over, the popcorn chicken was like hard kind of by the time I got it. So I think that a lot of this is an unfair review for me,
Mm,
but I can talk about what I tried and maybe not give like a real review of it because I did learn with the Huskus Muscle Man meat slop. I did not like the little taste I got, but I loved it yesterday or
yes.
2 days ago whenever we had it. So, it's not fair, but, like, I did get to try a lot of stuff, and that was, like, obviously really cool, and they had little mini versions of all the booths, so that was really
Oh,
cool.
that is really cool.
Clown Cafe, yeah, I got to Firefly Funhouse had a full little facade. They look like all the booths out in the park, which was
Oh,
super
that's
cool.
awesome.
And I think I have a little bit of footage of that, but yeah. Any food that you guys had that was a standout, though?
The Fallout booth as a whole.
Ugh, yeah.
The cram tots are phenomenal. Like the tot is more like a fried potato,
Mhm.
like mashed potato though. Like it's so soft and delicious, and the spam is really good. The like teriyaki glaze it has on it works really well. Um, the pickled chicken,
Oh,
fucking amazing. It's just fried pickle spears in buffalo chicken dip. Like what the fuck?
it's
Amazing,
so good. That's my
amazing.
number 1 right now, I think.
That might be my. Oh, there's actually like I think everything. Nothing is crazy like inspiring. Like they didn't go too out there with most of the food items.
Mm.
But I think everything's been tasting really good actually. The most out there thing I think is also one of the best items that you've already mentioned. The Huskus sandwich.
Yeah.
It
So good.
is one of the best Asian food items in recent history for me. That Husky sandwich is so good. It has so much meat on it, so you're gonna get full from it. And it's so creative with the flavors. You wouldn't think chocolate and a sloppy Joe and pickled chips would all like work together, but somehow it does. And after I had it, it made me like want to get another one almost immediately. They were so good.
Yeah, Jonathan had to go into dad mode with me while I was eating.
It was so
Yes.
funny.
Because A, like he said, the amount of meat on that thing is insane. It just leaks out of the sandwich. That sounds disgusting, but it's in a good way, I
It's meat
promise.
slop, like, that's literally the name of the sandwich,
Yeah,
it's accurate.
yes, correct. And he had to go run and grab me napkins, and then came back, and went, "I'm also gonna go grab you a spoon. Be right back."
No,
It's
he
needed.
said
You can't eat
you
the
need a
sandwich without
spoon
it.
and ran away.
Yeah, and I feel like everything about it has like a fun little thing going on. Like the bread, obviously being a chocolate. Is it jalapeno in the bread too? I believe.
I
Is it
don't
chocolate, or is it
think
just
so.
in the sandwich? All right, so the bread is like a chocolate bread. The bacon is like jalapeno bacon. I don't know exactly what that means, like what they do with it, but you could taste the jalapeno throughout the sandwich, anyways. Um, and like it's not just regular sloppy Joe meat. It's definitely like a higher quality, I
Mhm.
guess, is a good way to put it.
I thought it was, like, almost like a picadillo, like, with,
Yeah.
like it tasted like it had olives in it, but, like, complimentary from someone who doesn't like olives because I like picadillo.
Hmm.
So, I loved it. That is aw that's probably my number 2 below the pickled chicken.
Yeah. Fair. Very
I don't
fair.
actually know the name of the pickled chicken.
Pickled chicken bucket, I think is all it is.
Okay, so it
Yeah.
is okay. I thought we just started calling it, like, the
No, no, it's actually
caveman
called
version.
pickle chicken.
I thought we were being caveman goblin and just going pickled chicken.
Good.
Pickled chicken.
But yeah, so, all of the food and drinks well, not drinks, but there was a bar. But I have had a chance to sample some of the drinks with you guys, and you can check out the drink reviews on TikTok. Um, they didn't happen at Universal. We can't tag them that they were at Universal, but we
No,
did
no,
them.
we just did them elsewhere, of course.
But the Light the Way, at the Firefly Funhouse booth is, I think, also my number 1 so far for the weekend for
Oh, yeah,
drinks.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair.
It's good.
I'd say so too.
I
It
think,
actually tasted unlike most of the mixed drinks. It actually tasted boozy. Like like usually you don't taste the alcohol that much with them, but in that one you did, and it felt like for mixed drinks like comparatively, it might be the best bang for your buck, possibly.
Mhm. Yeah, it's 2 moonshines. So
Mhm.
that's why it tastes like alcohol, first of all. It is moonshine. I think it's peach and just regular moonshine, and then just like blue curacao and other mixers. But it's boozy, it's sweet. I don't think it's that sweet. I know, Duff, you don't like sweet, so I don't know what you thought of it.
Yeah, no, it wasn't too sweet at all. And I think honestly, across the board, all the pre-mixed cocktails, for the most part, feel a lot more balanced than usual, and just
Mm,
not overly sweet messes. I don't necessarily like them all; they aren't all for me, but I think they're all higher quality than they typically are. So I think if
yeah.
you're someone who's like into those kind of mixed cocktails, you'll probably enjoy them a lot more this year than you have in the past. Unless you just really like them super sweet, then you might like them less.
Speaking of
Yeah.
sweet, though, there is one mixed cocktail that I tried that was sweet, but I honestly didn't mind it at all, and that was the toy box cider at the Dolls Food booth. That one was, I think, really, really good because it was more of like a hard apple cider type sweet, very cinnamony. It had a cinnamon whiskey in it and stuff like that. It was absolutely delicious. It was on theme with the gummy bears, and it was definitely had quite a bit of alcohol in it, and it also just tasted great. So I definitely recommend that one as well.
Yeah, I've heard multiple good things about that, surprisingly.
Yeah. You know what surprised me? Speaking of like more balance throughout the event, I cannot remember in any recent years, there is a Prosecco cocktail at the Clown Cafe
Mm-hmm.
booth.
Oh yeah.
And like, I cannot remember a time where we had champagne or Prosecco cocktails at Horror Nights.
And it was actually pretty fucking good too. Like a
Oh,
nice,
yeah.
refreshing cocktail.
Oh, yeah. And like, I'm the type of person where bubbles are not my friend in high dosage. So I can only have one of those. But if I want to get, to a fun place really fast, I'm going to go get that Art the Clown Spritz or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm. It's a good Starry Night Spritz, I believe. Was that what it
What?
was?
Why is it called
Yes.
that?
I think
I
that's
don't
one
know.
of the songs from
Oh.
Terrifier 3, just like one of the
Oh,
ambient like synthy songs, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. Well,
interesting.
the drink's good.
Yeah, the drinks are good all around though.
I have a lot more to talk about. I surprisingly ate a lot of food this weekend. Like when I first saw the menus, I wasn't super excited, but like every time I had an item, I was like, it's good. It's good. So I just kept trying new things. Like I spent way too much money on food and drink opening weekend because I wanted to keep trying shit. The fucking birria ramen with hot Cheetos in it is surprisingly like really good. Don't know why or how, but it is. The walking taco, on the other hand, didn't love.
Mm-mm.
I don't know what they were thinking with that. I love birria. I like the salsa verde Doritos on their own. Like that was good, but it's literally just birria topped or topping the Doritos, and that's it.
Mhm.
And it like
Yeah.
wasn't like there was like no consomme. I guess it was just kind of they might have had the birria sitting in it, and it says it has it, but like there was nothing wet, if you will. So it was just like dry meat on top of dry chips. It was like, and I think it had onions, maybe onions and cilantro potentially, but
It
like
did.
very little. It needs more toppings and more consomme, preferably.
So at media, they were pouring consomme into it,
Oh,
and it was mush.
oh. Well, I mean, you can't like fully pour it. Just
No,
like
no,
a
no,
little,
they
like
didn't.
just drizzle.
And I got like a fresh one. She made it right there for me.
Hmm.
And it was also just so salty. And that was
Yeah.
like the one thing that was being made fresh. So I was like, hell yeah. And the elote. The elote was being made fresh too. But I was like, okay, this is gonna be good. And I'm like, I've never not liked a walking taco. And I was sitting with somebody from another outlet, and they made a comment about how salty that was. And I was like, oh, really? And I took a bite, and all the moisture in my mouth left. And I was like, oh wow. And he was like, right? And I was like, no, no, no. Like, I love birria. Like, no. And I like took another bite, and I was like, oh, it's the meat. Like the meat was really salty that night on
Hmm.
top of the chips. And then the chips were mushy in the consomme. So I want like I liked last year when they had like a cheese sauce on it.
Hmm.
I know that doesn't go with birria, but like, I don't know.
It seems like it's just kind of a failed concept for a walking taco, to be honest.
Yeah,
It
I almost wish it was like a nacho and I could like dip it in the consomme to
Yeah.
keep like my
Oh,
own.
oh, baby, give me that.
Do you think we could ask for a side of it?
We can try.
I mean, it's in the ramen.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the answer is no, but we can ask.
Okay.
Speaking of failed concept, I don't know what you guys think, but for me, the twisted tater chips are not good at all.
Yeah. No.
Mm-mm.
Like
I,
they're absolutely almost disgusting. I can't eat them because there's way too much salt on them. I've had to like I got a bag, tried a couple, and I've had to throw it out because it's literally inedible with the
mhm.
amount of salt they put on it.
Yeah, first of all for me, twisted taters. I know not everyone agrees on the way twisted taters should have been cooked, but I loved when they had the crispy edge, but were still like kind of potatoey soft
Mhm.
in the middle. So obviously that's fully gone with these because they're just like chips. So they're all just crispy, crunchy. Um, and yeah, I think I've tried from two other people, and it's been extremely, extremely salty both times.
And then the pieces were so tiny.
Mm-hmm.
At least like when we got the bag, because the second time I think we were together because we got the bag of like
Yes.
ranch ones or
Yep.
whatever
Which
from somebody.
super oily too, by the way, that batch. Like
Yeah.
insanely oily.
But like I liked that some of them were crispy, but I also just felt like I was eating a bag of like Lay's potato
They're
chips.
just fucking chips.
Yeah. So I never liked twisted taters. I've never liked pizza fries. But you know what was good? Fucking spaghetti and meatballs pizza.
Oh,
Oh
it
my god.
was good.
It shouldn't have been good.
It I love that it is more pasta than it is pizza,
Yeah.
like flavor wise, because I don't like Louis pizza really. So,
Mm.
I wouldn't have been excited for just like a Louis pizza with some pasta on top, but it really just takes the form of or the taste of a pasta more than the pizza. And the pizza is just a device to put the spaghetti in your mouth.
Yeah. It's the garlic bread.
Mm-hmm.
The crust is so
Exactly.
good. Oh my god.
Exactly.
I'm getting it tomorrow.
Yeah, that item had no business being that good, but it is one of my favorites of the year so far.
The eggs Benedict sandwich, I was super excited for. I think it's fine. Um, I don't know if it's the normal amount or maybe I just didn't get as much as I wanted, but there wasn't a lot of hollandaise sauce on it, which was kind of disappointing. So it was a little bit of a dry sandwich. The flavors were fine, but like it didn't feel super eggs Benedicty, unfortunately.
Mhm.
And I think it made one of our friends sick, so there's that.
Oh,
Oh,
you want to talk about making people sick? The fried PB&J. It happened last time it was here. I know people who got food poisoning. This year,
Mhm.
we know people that got food poisoning from it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the oil. I don't know if it's because it's already pre-made. They can't tell if like it's a bad one. Like, I don't know.
you know where people didn't get food poisoning who had a fried Uncrustable
At
at
our
a
trivia?
trivia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least not that we know of.
Yeah,
Oh
I
god.
guess no one has told us if they
Don't
got it.
open that can of worms, Jonathan.
Sorry.
We were living in bliss.
However, I will say, sticking at the dolls booth, uh,
Oh yeah.
chicken tendies, what a normal item, right? Fucking knocked it out of the park. The
They're so
garlic, it was like swimming in this garlic parm sauce and it paired with the spicy marinara. Like, it seems like a sort not weird combination, but not something I would just pair together. Worked really fucking well. Like, really delicious and pretty filling, too. So, if you just want to get something to have for dinner and fill you up, that's probably a pretty good option for you.
They're so good. What's the other flavor? Barbecue?
Yeah, barbecue and the sauce is now I don't remember, but it's a
Uh,
different sauce and a different dipping sauce.
if they put that spicy marinara on pizza fries, we would be having a different conversation
Oh,
right now.
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I wonder? The two main foods that they promote for HHN for the past couple years have been pizza fries and twisted taters. Now twisted taters, I don't think they've ever been like I have never been a person who personally loved them. But they're not twisted taters anymore. They're just potato chips at this point.
Hmm.
And the pizza fries area, for me, every time I saw it was still completely empty. No one goes to it. It's at the animal it's at the what's it called? The DreamWorks food area now. And it just feels like even with the crooked cat lady scare zone near there, no one ends up going to pizza fries or the lines are really, really short. I
Hmm.
wonder if the time of those two items being like the staple of HHN is starting to end because I don't know. It hasn't, people haven't been really caring about those items
Oh,
anymore.
I mean, I think people cared about twisted taters, but they just don't exist anymore.
Yep.
Pizza fries, however, I think actually are kind of dying out. like people use it as like a term to reference HHN more than they actually go get in line and grab it
I think so too.
Yeah.
because like they're not they're not that good. I hate that fucking sweet sauce so much. I do not want a sweet piece of sauce. I'm sorry.
Same. That's why I don't like them.
Oh well, they can go away. It wouldn't bother me too much. Twisted taters though is kind of devastating. I loved a good twisted tater. And like I'm sure you guys know the lines were still really long when they were regular twisted taters, so they were in demand. That's for sure. They're just gone now.
You know what line was also long? Like every single night, doesn't matter if it was premium night, doesn't matter if it was opening or Saturday or Sunday, that carnival booth that I guess isn't Terrifier. It's just
Hmm.
the carnival booth, which is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
the
had the
line's been
mozzarella stick.
insane.
Mm-hmm. At the mozzarella stick and the corn dog. I didn't try either, but did you guys
Tried
try
both.
anything?
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And that mozzarella stick is a fucking banger. Like it's really good. Like
Yeah.
Jess, I don't know if you know exactly what the breading is, but like
It's panko, I think.
is it just panko?
It's probably mixed with like Parmesan or something else, but like to me, that is definitely a panko
Mm.
breading.
It feels it's just so crisp and it's a bit more complex than just a standard breading for a mozzarella stick.
Yeah. And the spicy marinara,
Mm-hmm.
also
Yep.
there.
And the corn dog was actually really good too. It had like a ranch dipping sauce, ranch jalapeno, I believe. Just really good too. Like again, across the board, the food's just been like good food.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've enjoyed almost everything I've had. I'm not gonna. The only things to really stand out to me in terms of like I need to get it again are the Huska sandwich and the spaghetti and meatballs pizza. But that could change once I tried that carnival booth because I'm hearing some like you guys said like some good things from there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, we didn't talk about what I feel like has been people's either biggest disappointment or like shocking, the s'more being on
Oh
like
yes,
a whole fucking loaf of bread.
Yeah,
I
that's.
was hating on it. I liked it.
I'm not a sweets guy, so it's just kind of not for me in the first
Yeah.
place. So
yeah. I'm both not a sweets person and also I don't like a ton of bread. So when I
Mhm.
realized it wasn't just a normal s'more like Hollywood has, and it's just bread, it was yummy, but it's not something I'm ever gonna get again, just based on personal taste.
Yeah, it's not a s'more. I don't want to call it a s'more. I think it is half of a dessert sandwich,
Hmm.
but I like it. And I think it's the same bread as the huskus, but it's like a baguette shape.
oh, is it really?
I
It
think
tastes
so.
exactly the same. Yeah.
Hmm.
It has chocolate chips in it. And then it's got just like marshmallow fluff, cinnamon toast crunch, which was weird. And then I think a raspberry sauce. It's supposed to look like a canoe, we think. We think. I'm not sure, but that's what we gathered, our group at least, after a couple
I
drinks.
think so. Yeah.
Like a bloody canoe. But
Mm.
yeah, it's massive. I will say that. But I don't think I'm gonna buy it again. But that sausage that I will not say what we were calling it. You can use your imagination if you know this podcast. That Jason sausage, I actually really liked it.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I
I
would
mean,
get that again.
they're out there grilling it like for real, so
Yeah,
I'm
if
not
you,
surprised. But yeah, it is pretty fucking good sausage.
if
Yeah.
you need some protein to fill you up, that's gonna do it because
Oh,
it's just a
it'll
ton
do
of
it.
meat. Yes,
Sorry.
that was also intentional.
Oh, no, it'll
It
do it
is
all
a ton
right.
of meat. That's true.
It is. It is massive.
Massive.
Jason is delivering. I just realized all of the food at the Jason booth is massive.
Yeah, that's true.
The elote, the sausage, the canoe,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh
then
my god.
The
Except the
drink is
coffee, which
tiny.
is really
Yeah,
small.
which I haven't had yet, and I feel like that's a travesty. Have you had it
Yeah.
yet?
No, neither of us have, which is
What's wrong with
insane, right?
I just realized I was with you 2 out of the 3 nights, so I don't know why I'm asking you if you
Yeah.
had it. Yeah, I don't know. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Oh, we're going to
Tomorrow.
HHN tomorrow, baby. Let's
Woo,
go.
woo. I love a holiday weekend, even though I'm dying right
Yeah,
now.
I'm so tired.
Okay, anything more about food? And I can go over, if we want to, the presentation real fast that we did at media.
I have a quick beverage complaint.
Oh,
Oh,
The beer options are fucking trash.
yeah.
Like you can go specific, but like Club Horror has a fairly decent list. It's pretty standard stuff, but like I can go there and know I can get a beer I enjoy. But like across the park, man, like they rotate 3 sours, and otherwise it's Modelo and Miller Lite. That's like fucking it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very disappointed with the beer selection at the event this year, which they were starting to go in a like direction I liked, which was local beer made for the event at that. And this year they went fully away from that.
Bad.
Bad.
I just want to try the Jason cider.
Is it somewhere in the park?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the Angry Orchard collab.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like that. What is it? Is it Tripping Animals is this hour?
Mm-hmm.
I like
One
that.
of, yeah.
Yeah, I like that more than a lacto cooler. I will
Yeah.
say that.
I mean, I think they're better sour options than what we've had in the past.
But
But
I
like,
agree that
can we
beer
get a
is
different style of beer, please? I don't
no.
want to sit like PB&J mixtape is like a really well done beer, but I don't want to just go through cans of that. I don't want to finish a can, to be completely honest with you.
Same. And
But
I think it's good,
yeah, it is.
but not out in the heat. It makes me feel heavy.
Oh well, I'll keep begging every year. So, what have I done? 6, like way too early predictions or like want list, whatever the fuck we call it. And I say better beer, please, and they never deliver.
Actually,
Universal
I think
keeps
they
going
challenge
no.
it. They can make it worse.
This is the most they've gone away from it though. Like where they went the exact opposite. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just tired of hearing me ask. Like, shut the fuck up. How about
They're
that?
gonna keep making it worse every time you ask stuff.
I guess so. Keep doing what you're doing. I love it.
Do you think it's that they could only please one of us a year
Maybe.
and it's my turn?
To be fair, I'm very pleased
I
with
know.
basically everything else. So there's that.
Like, you're having
This
a great time.
this is one of the few real complaints I'm gonna have at all, and it's about beer selection. So, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's all I have for food and drink.
Jonathan, you good?
Yeah.
All right, so I got to see a really cool presentation, and we're gonna have it up on YouTube for the media event, obviously. But I don't remember exactly who was there, but I know we heard from the head sous chef about the food, obviously, and then Ramon was there with Kelly. I want to say I can't remember, but we got to hear from Ramon. We got to hear from somebody else, and then some zones, and then they brought out Mike Aiello, Laura Sauls. Erin Klein was the host, Chance herself. That was really cool. And like the big thing that half the people did not know who that was, and the other half of us were like, "It's Chance, you motherfuckers! Like, show some goddamn respect,
Newbies."
No, it wasn't like gatekeeping at all, but it was so funny because half of the crowd just started going, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god," and the other half was like, "Am I supposed to know this woman?" And we're like, "Yes, she's Orlando royalty."
Was she in Fallout or something?
Literally.
I don't know.
Oh, it's Lucy. No, we'll get there in a second. But for the IPs, this was the really cool thing. You've probably seen it on social media. We got to see at least a character from all of them except FNAF, obviously.
Freddy Fazbear is walking on stage.
We thought about that. People were really like, "Oh, is he going to come out?" And I was like, "No, guys. No,
I mean,
man."
Shaggy didn't show up for you?
What?
Oh, you'll get there. It'll make sense. Shaggy.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, Shaggy. Shaggy.
Yes. No. You'll get there. No, I wish. Could you imagine? But we got to see Art the Clown, and they did a really cool just kind of like floating on a ladder between some curtains, which was really fun.
That's actually the only image I've seen of any characters there.
Really? You haven't even seen Lucy? Because that one I've seen the most.
Nope.
Oh, well, Art the Clown came down. He actually tormented the panel before they started talking about the IPs, and then he left.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came back and he went down the aisle and kind of stared all of us down, which was really uncomfortable. And then Lucy came out and she did her whole thing down the aisle. And they kind of talked about each IP and how excited they were. And then the final IP they talked about was actually WWE, which I was already standing on the edge of a cliff at that point. And then they brought the rocking chair out and the lantern, and they recreated the Wyatt's entrance from Raw and from WWE, including the cold roll fog. And then they came right down the aisle and all stared me down in the eyes, and I lost my mind. And I also have that on video. But yeah, thanks Universal for making my dreams come true. I got to be there for the Wyatt's entrance, and obviously scare actors, but that was really fun. I had full body chills.
If anyone else would have went but you this year, I would have felt so bad when that would have happened.
Could you imagine? And the fact that I got like right on the aisle, I was wearing my Wyatt shirt. They were all eating it up. I was eating it up. I was like, I love my life so much right now. It was really cool.
Jonathan's the one there. Instead, he's just there like, oh God, she's going to kill me.
Literally. He's just
Oh,
like, Jess,
no.
you got to get here now.
I just started shaking, like, oh God, no.
I was already shaking. But hey, I didn't ruin the video, and that's what matters.
You did very good. Very proud of you.
Thank you. I saw Duff after I went through the Wyatts, and he was like, I'm proud of you. And I was like, thank you, I did it. And then I cried like a bitch the next day.
Yeah, you did.
But no, I can say thank you a million times to Universal, but like it was really cool to be able to be there this year specifically for me.
Anything else about the media night experience, or are we gonna kind of move on to the event as a whole?
My tour guide, I think, was the best one I've ever had. Naomi.
Oh,
She was so cool. Our group was really cool. I was with Jamie from Fear and Beer, which was awesome. But yeah, no, it was great night. Naomi was great, and I got to do all the houses, which obviously is also great on opening night.
Well, you owe fist bump or whatever the fuck they're called to Naomi.
I know, I should need to do that.
Well, I think we can hop into just kind of the general vibe of the event and the things outside of Houses and Scare Zone that make HHN what it is. Should we start before we get into any details? Do you like the vibe this year in general?
Yes. That was Gobbleton's answer. Just yes. Good. No, I think this is the best vibe we've gotten since 31. I really enjoy how connected everything is. In terms of the theming and the music connecting to the theme. They listened to our complaints last year because we've all said last year the event was disjointed. Everything didn't fit with each other. The merch didn't match, the music didn't match, the icons didn't match, the whatever. The list goes on and on. Nothing matched together. This year, they made it a point that everything works together to the point that even the food booths have vines on them to sort of simulate the conservatory theme. So I think the vibe this year is really good.
Yeah, I agree. I'm very into the vibe overall and kind of these, experiences that go hand in hand with everything else. Dead Coconut Club's good again. I like the Stay and Scream. Like there's just so much going for it, and the general aesthetic is beautiful. I love the color choices, the color palette of the event. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And last year, I think the vibe was a huge issue with the event, and it's completely fixed for me now.
Yeah, I agree with everything you guys have said. It's just nice to exist in the fog again, which is really refreshing after last year because I was just kind of frustrated overall. I think we all were. So like, sure, I don't care that the houses are long. I'm going to go hang out in Mutations because like it's fun to again, or like I don't hate club horror.
I don't hate it at all, actually.
I'm kind of surprised, but like I'm really enjoying that I can just kind of roam the park with my friends and have fun.
Yeah, and that's I think the biggest change this year too. Even talking about all the effort they put into the theming and the zones and all that we'll get into. We all got to hang out together, and that's something we really didn't get to do last year at all. But this year it's changed, and us all being together with our friends, with whoever, just our various parties. It made opening weekend so much more enjoyable compared to last year.
Yeah,
definitely. So let's break it down piece by piece now, and we'll start with Dead Coconut Club because team member preview is happening, and we got to go to Dead Coconut Club, not for being team members, but we left the park because we couldn't be in there. But that's the first thing, at least you and I got to experience, Jess, for HHN this year.
Oh yeah, and we did a very chaotic live.
Yes, it was.
from Dead Coconut Club, and I don't ever want to watch that back. But if you do,
no, I'm good. Not me. Not me.
no, I love this Dead Coconut. I am really confident that this is probably my second favorite of all time.
Yeah,
I think it's that good.
Not as good as last year's.
No.
But that's not knocking this one at all. I think last year's was just like fucking elite level Dead Coconut.
Yeah, this one's so good. The upstairs is so worth going up there and checking it out. Completely different vibe.
Mm-hmm.
If you grew up in the 90s or 2000s, like you got, especially if you were a girl, you got to go up there. It is so fun. And it even smells like the body spray. I don't know how to describe that other than that.
No, I know exactly what you mean.
It's crazy. It's like a peach. I don't even know. It's wild, but they got it. And it's so fun. I love it.
I can't wait to check it out. I haven't been able to yet, mostly because it opens at 5 every day compared to last year that opened at 4.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's the choice between doing Stay and Scream for an event that's really, really good and going to Dead Coconut Club, I'm going to choose Stay and Scream every single time. So me having to leave the event, go to City Walk to do something is just a lot of efforts right now. But I am gonna try to check it out as soon as I can. It's just hard with the operating hours, honestly.
Yeah. Just remember, it is a part of HHN, and it's a good part of HHN this year again.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, I think it was the best part of HHN. Not this year. No,
I would agree.
Not this
Last year, I was ready to leave the event to go to Dead Coconut Club. Like, oh wait, I it's 11 and I'm gonna leave when everything's long. Yeah, absolutely.
I did that plenty, actually.
I actually just never made it into the event one night and only went to Dead Coconut.
We've all been there, right? Last year, at least.
No, not this year though. Dead Coconut. I will see you when I see you, girl.
I'll be back this week for sure.
Yeah, maybe for like a drink or two. The drink. Yeah. I need to try a different drink this time, I think.
Yeah. I liked my drink. I don't remember what I got, but I remember liking it.
It had whiskey, I want to say.
It did.
It was good. Yours was better than mine.
It was a bourbon.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was though at all.
The rum one is herbaceous. That's all I know.
Mm-hmm. Well, another huge factor of the event and something that changed a lot this year is Stay and Scream. If you didn't know, the Stay and Scream is basically you get a wristband, which you can get as early as 2 p.m. at Lombard's, by the way. And you just walk around the park from there. It's really fucking cool. I like it. I think it worked great.
Zero complaints. I think it's amazing, actually. It's enjoyable again.
And we're both coming from almost different sides of how to do Stay and Scream. As I know you guys are more relaxed with it, not running to houses and stuff like that. Meanwhile, 3 of the 4 days or whatever, I was in line for houses and seeing how that worked with Stay and Scream. Now that it's a wristband system, now that there's no holding pens, seeing how they manage that. And honestly, they managed it really well. The area where you wait to get into the houses before they actually open up the queues, at least for FNAF and the Wyatt 6, that area, though it also leads you into all the other houses back there, is really, really wide, so it can hold a ton of people. People have learned that there is no line up to that point. You just all herd together. If there is a spot and you can, fill in all available space, you're going to fill in all available space. People have not created you have to stand in a single file. If that happened, then the lines would go out to the streets. But that luckily is not the case. And they've also learned to open up the house queues earlier, depending on how far or how many people are in that area. If it's getting to the point where it is going to go into the streets and spill over and it's going to hurt just the normal general public's experience of Universal Studios, they just end up opening the honestly, there's other queues there, but at the end of the day, it's opening up the FNAF soundstage because that's the only one everyone there is there to see in terms of the majority of it, because FNAF has hit capacity every single morning of HHN so far. I don't think there's a night where it hasn't hit capacity at Stay and Scream.
My favorite quirk you have is that every time you talk about Stay and Scream, you call it morning.
Morning, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like
Well, listen, I'm on
it's
night.
your thing.
Every morning.
It makes sense now though because I'm on overnight, so it
Yep,
actually is my
it is your
morning.
morning. It's true.
Well, Jonathan, some of us have to wake up before then. I'm sorry.
That's true. I can't, or else my day will be ruined.
Fair.
True. True.
But yeah. And speaking of just staying scheme holding areas, now for the biggest house this year, the one that honestly, if you want to hit all 10 houses, you have to start with first. Five Nights at Freddy's. You wait in a soundstage. So you're not out in the hot sun or you're not getting poured on. You are in an enclosed area that now has AC for an hour or so, but you are so covered that there's no problem at all, which is great. The only thing potential downside I see is if you have to go to the bathroom, I think you're shit out of luck. Just try to go before you get in that soundstage because I cannot imagine leaving there and then going back with all the people and there's nothing in that area unless you had to leave that whole space. But
Mhm.
the holding pens kind of had the similar problem too. So yeah, I'm really really pleased with how Stay and Scream's working this year. I think they did it beautifully.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, and like you said, me and Jess do something very different. We don't go into the house queues. We just kind of hang out in the park, and it just works so much better because, like, it kind of sucked. You wanted to go to Stay and Scream early, right, and didn't have to worry about those last minute rushes for the lines, but then you're kind of trapped, and that's not the case anymore. You could just walk freely around the park. It's good for you. It's good for day guests who are still there who don't have to walk around the mazes of corrals and holding areas.
Yeah.
It's just like a huge win for everyone.
Yeah, no, it's great. And I will say they were very efficient, even on opening night. Like I didn't have a ticket because I had to go check in with media. So I went to Stay and Scream to hang out and like celebrate opening night with my friends because I didn't get to be with everybody for a cool reason, but wasn't with my friends nonetheless. But I got swept at like 5:09 from New York.
Hmm.
So I couldn't walk anywhere. They were like, you gotta go. And I was like, all right. And then security didn't have like a line like they used to have, but they started moving like corrals closer and closer to the front of the park for
Hmm.
checkpoints. And you couldn't get past them without a wristband. And that's when I got. So they're very efficient with it. And I like it. I like walking around and doing whatever. And we've still been able to jump in line for WWE with no wait pretty much.
Yeah, we just hang
2
out and
days in a
then
row. Yeah.
what, like 5:30, 5:45? We're like, yeah, why not? Let's go back.
Yeah. I think, yeah. After it opens and we're just kind of chilling and we still like walk right in because everybody's in FNAF.
Hmm.
Yep.
It's lovely.
And then the food booths up front and bars open at 4 p.m. So that's really nice. That they're all available to you starting that early. I think the ones in
We've
the
learned the
back of the
hard way
park
that the ones in the back are not open.
5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, which still early, right? Like
Mm.
the event's not technically open, so it's nice. Like at 5 o'clock, you have like full Stay and Scream. Like everything about the event's basically operating, except obviously houses and scare zones.
Yeah.
Although
And the
some
bracelets are
houses are
working.
basically, but
Yeah.
yeah, great process. I like this change a lot. I don't see a single negative, to be completely honest.
How long do you think it'll be before we see the same color?
I mean, there's only so many colors, right? Can't be.
I know, but
I.
they started with weird ones.
What if they had blue?
They're gonna have blue, red.
They've had black.
They had gold on Premium Scream Night.
Hmm. Yeah, they might have a lot. We'll see.
Yeah, I think that they might have more than we. I think even like shades and shit.
They
I think
have
it might be.
48 colors,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
however
literally.
however many nights the event is. I don't remember.
I don't want to think about it because I don't want to think about that right now. We just started.
I've only been 3 nights. I got plenty of event to go.
Exactly.
Um, Anything else on Stay and Scream before we move on?
Good.
Is good.
Good. All right, let's talk about the overall theme. So that beautiful conservatory theme, the music that goes along with it, Sergio Navarro tying deeply into that. What do you guys think about it? How's it working for you?
I love it. I absolutely love it. It fits pretty much the entire way around, including scare zones, except one. You completely feel like you're immersed into this environment. Like you mentioned, Duff, the color scheme is really, really cool. The music is not. Here's the thing. I've had a problem with the music the past couple of years because it just felt like it didn't necessarily match too well with the theme, and was not super memorable. I wouldn't call this music super memorable, but I don't care because it's not really meant to be like I don't know dubstep, music that pumps you up. It's more just keeping you in line with the theme of the conservatory, and it's ambient, but it works. And while you don't necessarily hear it a lot, unless you're in some of the cues where I feel like I'm hearing the same song play multiple times, um, it just immerses you into the theme even more. And I think that's at the end of the day what the overall music is supposed to do. And I think it's working beautifully right now.
Hmm. Yeah, I like that it's more just kind of it's background music, like fully. It's very
Hmm.
haunting. Um, because at most times, basically, I don't know if I can think of any years where it's really worked quite like this. The music takes over, and that's good or bad. We have like HHN 29, where like it's just such a memorable loop that fit the theme well, great songs, and it was a lot of fun. Then there's years like I don't know, last few years, where you remember the songs and you remember not necessarily liking them or thinking they fit with the event. This one, you almost forget there's music playing. It just, it's just fully part of the vibe.
Yeah, it's a soundtrack, not like an annoyance. I hate to use that word, but like it really started to feel like an annoyance the last couple of years, in my opinion.
Hmm.
Maybe not with Oddfellow, but sometimes.
No, that was a pretty decent loop overall, I think.
Besides the one where he's tiptoeing around the park, I don't know. That's the only one I can really remember. Let's be real.
Pirate song.
What?
There was a random pirate song in that loop.
That there was.
Oh.
There
At
was.
least it's not Another Way Out.
Another way out.
Every time that plays at trivia every year, somebody will catch me dancing because I don't realize it's that. And I'm just kind of vibing.
Well, the thing is, it's on its own, it's a good song. It just at the event, oh man,
Every 10 minutes.
oh man.
But we're
We're
not
never
talking
gonna
about
stop
that.
talking about the
We're
song,
not
are
talking
we?
about that. We're talking about this beautiful soundtrack that we have behind us at HHN 34. And I love
Hmm.
it. And it almost feels like there's a song that feels like it pulled inspiration from Shattered, from the Bray Wyatt theme, and it's just a piano.
Hmm.
Just and then it builds into something else that almost sounds like it belongs in the conservatory. And I don't know if that is a nod to Bray. It is to me. I love it. I don't care if it has nothing to do with it. It sounds like it to me. And I just find myself like feeling more immersed in the entire park because of the soundtrack.
Hmm.
And the lighting is so pretty. I love the conservatory. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. I don't like the colored powder at opening ceremonies.
It is interesting.
Weirdest choice. It's fine. It's a fun effect, but I don't understand why it was green the other day. Not at the entrance, but wherever we were.
Yeah, it shot what up Simpsons, you said?
I saw the cannon go off on top of Simpson, so I don't know if it was for Cat Lady, if it was for mutations, if it was just because the colors this year are green and blue.
Don't know.
I don't know, but it's the only time I've noticed the green powder in the 2 days I've been in the park.
Yeah,
So,
it's just kind of a weird thing overall, to be honest, but
yeah.
it's not like a hindrance. It's just
No.
interesting.
Weird choice. I do love the lighting on the buildings
Hmm.
with the like shattered stained glass effect almost. Beautiful.
Now, we talked about the loop for this year, but that's not the only audio you're going to hear throughout the park because Sergio Navarro will talk to you and narrate you through this event, no matter where you are in the park.
Yeah, Duff, where does he talk to you?
In
Where?
the bathroom, even.
Yeah.
In the fucking bathroom.
I didn't realize you hadn't heard it yet
No?
because I heard it opening night and I just thought I was a little tipsy
I mean,
and that
both can
there
be
was an
true.
audio bleed. I mean, it was true, but I thought it was an audio like bleed into the bathroom. And then I was like, oh no, that's absolutely coming out of the speakers.
What
Yes.
does he say to you in the bathroom?
I don't know. It's honestly very
Make sure you
imposing.
wipe. Double flush if necessary.
It's giving Moaning Myrtle. Do you guys have that in Diagon Alley? Or is that not? No, wherever bathroom she's in.
I don't know.
It's not Diagon. But I think it might only be in the women's restroom, but she's like literally like harassing us,
Yeah, I've heard about it.
which
Heard
is
about it.
exactly what J.K. Rowling would do. But it's giving that, but nobody's safe from Sergio's voice in the bathroom.
Yeah, so Sergio definitely got an icon treatment, even if he's not actually an icon, right? That's what it feels like.
He absolutely did. And I mean, it begs the question, how is he not an icon besides, what they're saying? Because he honestly has more to do with this event than Sinister and Surreal ever did with theirs. Because he ties to everything, and he has his own house, and he's in the park wide loop. He's in the opening, he talks in the opening scary movie. I haven't seen, I don't know if he's actually there or not, but I know he talks in the opening scary movie because you can hear it everywhere in the park, which that is a change too. That when the opening scary mode happens, you hear that whole narration throughout the entire park, which is great. Which also lets people know, hey, remember, general public's being let in. Like, oh, okay. But you can make your last minute getting house line choices. But yeah, I don't understand how he isn't an icon officially, because he almost definitely is with the way they made him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's tough to say, like, oh, he is an icon, because we're directly told he's not an icon.
No, he can't. He's not.
But like,
he is.
It is very clear he was made like an icon at the very least.
I hear you both, but I also I think both things can be true, where like he can feel like he should be one, but also I can see how he's not in the same way. And I'm going to try to explain it because like I know I've been talking about it, but I don't want to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil anything about Artista, but like when I get into the spoilers, I'm going to kind of give my opinion. I don't think that he is an icon based on that house either. I understand he's all around the event, but to me, he just feels like almost the narrator to let us know what's going on. And like, he's trapped in there with us, but it doesn't feel like he's the one like ruling over that. And that's kind of how I feel like an icon should be. And he's not. He's not the one ruling over the conservatory. He's trapped in there just like we are.
Mm-hmm.
So I hear you guys. I believe he is an iconic character. Like I love him. But even just based off his house, like he's not. It's not an icon to me. I don't know.
Okay, I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but I don't fully agree.
Yeah, and that's okay. That's
but
why
at the end of the
we all
day,
have opinions.
he's not an icon. They've told us that, so that's all that's to it. He's just kind of a fun, overarching character.
And we love him.
Hopefully we see him in anniversaries, even though he's not an icon. I hope he comes back.
I could see that happening, like in the same way that we've seen like Dead Man's Wharf come back and Invasion, like something like that. Even more so than that, like this is a character that matters.
Yeah,
not
I mean,
a story that matters.
There's characters who technically aren't icons, like Tara Cuentas,
Yeah.
even though she was supposed to be, but and Cindy and stuff that come back, and even though they're not officially icons, so could be the same type of thing.
I think that's the level I would equate him to, is like, poor example, but like Bone from 27, like Cindy, like like all of those things we've said. He is not Jack. He is not the storyteller. He is not the caretaker. Like, you know what I mean? He's not the reason. He is the reason, but he's in like a passive way.
Yeah, no,
not in an intentional way.
He's kind of there with us as a a victim of the event.
We're all stuck. Yeah,
he's not put us here.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of where I get why he's not the icon like Oddfellow.
In the the only thing that makes me feel kind of weird about it is in the podcast, which isn't a spoiler because it's just an official podcast that Universal released. He was the person that put that almost girl there, almost, right? Like he kind of,
sort of.
Again, like indirectly.
Yeah, indirectly. So it's weird. It's a weird line.
Regardless, he's cool. And
Yeah.
Love him.
I like his usage
Yeah.
throughout the event. Anything else about this theme, about Sergio? Anything like that?
It's good.
Is good. So let's talk about the event merchandise and the tribute store.
Oh,
Yeah. First, let's start off with the merchandise, which I think there's a pretty big improvement over last year. Just the general merchandise for the event itself, as well as the IP merch, mostly taking a jump up. Um, it just feels like very HHN merch. The general merch, the IP merch, there's some stuff that fully doesn't, but I think it's just very Horror Nights. I don't know how else to put it. Like, it feels like they didn't try to go crazy and try new things. It's just, hey, Horror Nights merch, and it looks good because I like the whole like conservatory theme.
Yeah, we had Drippy Blood back on announcement merch. Like that is how you know it is Horror Nights merch.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree, but also like I like some of the merch. I don't like some of the merch, and that's okay because not everything's supposed to be for me. Um, I this is where I'm going to complain though. I do it every year, but this year I can't even complain about it because they didn't give us a fucking Spirit jersey at all. Not a knockoff, not an on brand, because they gave them all to Horror Unleashed.
Yep.
because
We
that
got
was the
nothing.
event that deserved to get it.
I'm so angry about it because this aesthetic is so me that I would have worn the shit out of this Spirit jersey, even if it was a knockoff. And all we got was an ugly military jacket. I'm sorry if you like it. And a bowling shirt. A fucking bowling shirt with the gargoyle on it. What?
I didn't say every piece of merch is good.
I know. I'm not saying you did. That's what I was saying. Some of it's good, and some of it I looked at and went, "What?"
Yeah.
But I really like that the house shirt is on 2 different cuts. I know I've already talked about that, but seeing the other cut in person, I really like it. So
Yeah.
there's a positive.
Yeah, it's cool that the option's there.
And my magnet is this week. They're doing the weekly magnets again, and this week is the Wyatts.
Oh, is it really?
And I think it's the cool design from the long sleeve, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And it comes out tomorrow, so I will be purchasing it. I don't remember what week one's magnet was. It might have just been like the gargoyle or something.
Yeah, I didn't even see, to be honest.
Maybe we'll get a Spirit jersey, but I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
I hope we do.
Overall, I'm pretty happy with the merch though. Like you guys said, there's hits, there's misses, but it's there's a lot of stuff I'm going to end up getting by the end of the season. I look at some items and I'm like, yeah, I'll grab that. Compared to last year where I almost got nothing besides like a couple things when they went on sale and 1 or 2 shirts when they were full price. So it's a vast improvement over last year for sure.
Mm-hmm. And then we don't need to go into much detail about the merch specifically because it was releasing weeks before the event. So we've already talked about some of the specific lines, and yeah, merch is good overall, I think. Let's talk about the tribute store though, which we had concerns about coming into it because of the location, um, and I think our concerns were warranted. Uh, Arcade's not great for a tribute store, guys.
This like to put it bluntly, and it's purely just because of the location that everyone was given. I don't think anybody wanted to use this location. I don't think people said, "Oh wow, we get to use this space now. We get to do some cool new things." No, I'm sure whenever whoever makes these stores saw that this is what they had to work with, they went, "Oh fuck," um, because it's a bad space. This is the worst tribute store we've gotten since they've like really become tribute stores in my opinion, not like the super early ones, but since I guess 28 when they were really starting to get super themed, it's not very good in multiple ways. I don't think the theming is super great because there's not a lot they can work with. Um, I think the acting like mummy is part of the tribute store is silly because there's barely any space. It just feels like the mummy store with a couple extra props. And I also think as a store, if you don't go in here when it's sort of like quiet before the event starts, there's no reason to ever walk in here at all because it's so crowded. You can't move. It's hard to, look at items. It's like it's not even worth looking at because it's just so crowded. Um, so yeah, not a very good store. Not to anyone's fault except the location.
Yeah, I've gone in here twice. Once because I was told I had to see the one tribute window, and it's great. And then the second time because I told someone they had to see the tribute window. And that's probably the only time I'll ever be back in here. It's fine. I feel really bad for the team that has to hear people say negative things about it because this is what they were given. They had no
Yeah.
say. But it's not great, especially when like come Halloween time, it's going to be even worse in there. If opening weekend was bad, like I don't think opening night actually ever sold out, right?
No,
For
don't
single
believe so.
nights, I don't think so. Which I guess I'm just gonna throw this in here. I think Premium Scream made opening weekend less palatable to people or less
Yeah.
appealing.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I could see
It
that.
wasn't great, but it was much better. So I just feel bad about this tribute store. I don't like it, and I'm never gonna go back in here.
Yeah, it's I actually like some of the details they put in here, and I really do appreciate the attempt, knowing the space, and that they kind of had to use an existing store that will still be open during the day as it just a mummy ride shop, and try to make that work together. Because it did. But at the end of the day, like Jonathan said, it just kind of feels like you're in the mummy with a few more things. So, um, I think they really did do their best with what they were given, and they just were not given enough. That's the issue. Um, and outside of that, like just physically being in that space is tough. It is small, it is tight. Some of the coolest things to look at are like right at the checkout counters. So like if there's a line, you can't see like half the cool shit in the tribute store anyways. Or you have to
Yeah.
wait in line to see it.
Yep.
It makes me wonder why they didn't even use the Hollywood space because at first I'm like, oh, it's because that's the discount store. So it's just always going to be the discount store now. But they've been closing rooms in that area, and I don't even know if that one room is still open anymore because there's only like one area left that you can walk into
Yeah,
for the
they had it.
discount
They had it
store.
down to one room. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Did they have close it when HHN started? I don't even know. It might not
They
be there anymore at all.
might have. They should have just found a way to just say, hey, we're going to put this somewhere else for now because the tribute store is more important because we want to make money.
Hmm.
But I guess that wasn't that important to them. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's disappointing, but only really because of the space. And the second we knew what the space was, we expected this. So it's not even like a, oh, what the fuck? It's more like a, yeah, we saw that coming.
Yeah.
Now, for this whole like kind of event vibe, there is one more big addition that we got this year. Uh, Actually, two, if you want to talk about roaming chainsaw hordes.
Oh
Which
yeah, we can talk about that too.
happy that's back. They're not roaming. I guess they're just a chainsaw horde throughout Springfield. But it's great to have them back. I think they look great. They definitely put some work into these costumes and didn't just toss people out with chainsaws. So I appreciate that. And B, they just are back to having fun like they always used to out there.
Yeah, they're great. Having them out in Simpsons and making that area not a dead zone anymore is absolutely wonderful. They were really being serious when they said there is going to be almost no dead space in the entire park, and by adding these chainsaws, it almost makes that a reality.
Hmm.
Because this was the deadest space for a while. Because when they took the chainsaws out, there's just a whole stretch of nothing. But now there's something, and I mean, I love it.
Yeah, and they have them spread out really far. I mean, not the entire time, but you can catch them from Bumblebee Man all the way down to the bridge.
Hmm.
And it's even if there's not a lot of them, they spread out so well and they tag team you. And like I kept calling them cunty little clowns because those outfits. I love it. Like everybody has a corset on, even the guys. Like I'm living for it. There's a kilt in there. I don't think that's a spoiler. I just think it's fun. Like I'm into it. And a lot of these are vets. Like if you look at these characters, you'll recognize them from places.
Hmm.
So they know how to get you. And
Yeah,
I love that the chainsaws are back. I know a lot of people don't like them. I love a chainsaw.
yeah. Like chainsaws, I don't think are scary. Obviously, there are
No.
people who that is the only thing they're scared of. But then I feel like everyone else is more like, yeah, it's not scary at all. They know how to play with you either way. I think that's the most impressive thing. Even if they can tell you or someone who's chainsaw is not going to do it, they're going to have fun with you and give you a good interaction regardless.
Yep.
Now, while this chainsaw horde doesn't roam, someone does. And that
Yeah, he
someone's
does.
Art the Clown, which we did know was coming. It was announced previously, but we've now seen it in play. I personally have barely seen him, and one of the 2 times I really saw him, it was literally like 40 people sprinting at him. Didn't like that.
No.
That was something. But you saw a very fun thing that really shows what his limitations or lack thereof are, Jess.
Oh yeah, and I was not looking for him. I was just sitting by the new portable bathrooms over between Terrifier and Grave and everything, and he popped out of nowhere in the Santa outfit and was just kind of like playing around with the bathrooms and fucking with somebody in one of the stalls. And if you want to see that video, you can see it on any of our social medias because it was so funny. Nobody got scared. And even if the person had come out, I would have not put that online because, like, we don't know that person. But
Mhm.
just watching him, like, he was beating on the door with an axe, like full Shining mode. It was great. And it was also nice over there because I don't know if it was because it was the bathrooms, but people were respecting him. And it was just like a half circle, like all the way away from him.
Mhm.
And I was sitting against a fence. So that's the reason he was so close to me. I was not looking for him. He found me. And then he escaped right next to where we were. So it was really funny.
Mhm.
Yeah, Art the Clown. I love him. Apparently he's on a tricycle. I haven't seen that yet.
He is. He is. I got a glance of him going the opposite direction.
That
Which
was wild.
yeah. And there's tons of videos of him like racing ECVs in wheelchairs.
Hmm. I haven't seen him win yet.
No, I think he loses every time.
Yeah. He is selling the hell out of his Clown Cafe shirt. I don't know if you guys have seen that online.
No, I have not.
So he can go in the gift shops. He can go in the restaurants. He's been in Finn's. He's been in Louis. Actually, I don't know if he's been in Louis. I don't think he can go in there. Sorry. He's been in another restaurant. But he's definitely been in Finn's. And he was in a gift shop and somebody was buying like a FNAF shirt and he like pointed them at the Clown Cafe shirt and wouldn't leave them alone. And there's like 5 different videos of him doing that.
Oh, that's good.
And they always buy the Clown Cafe shirt.
You have
So
to.
I'm like, oh my God, he is like a marketing genius, this man. So I love it so much. I think it's so funny. I also think people need to leave him the fuck alone.
Yeah. And I think it's one of the best things this event has done in a long time because having a character that can do whatever he wants is so cool. Like this is even more impressive to me than like Jack's implementation in 30 because he really can just Art can do whatever because he's Art the Clown. He can interact with you in any way. He's not sort of just stuck on a on the cart or whatever going back and forth. Like he really has a lot of freedom. He was at what was it? Like the RIP tour lounges, he's over there. He was at like customer service. He's in the gift shops. He's in the
Mhm.
restaurants. He can do whatever the
He's
hell he
at the
wants.
bathrooms.
He's at the
Not in
bathrooms.
them. He's not in them, guys, but he's at the bathrooms.
Yeah, so be careful when you use some of those portable stalls.
I also have been told, I don't know, I think that this is true because I've heard it from multiple people, that Art can ignore the Nobu or the whatever Deathly Afraid necklaces.
Which is actually kind of hilarious because I've seen multiple people say they are only getting it because they're scared of clowns.
Mhm. And
So
Art
it's gonna
can
be
ignore it.
that's one of those things we talked about when they announced the Nobu necklace. I don't think any of us are at all upset about the fact that giving people that potential experience, but that like every time haunts do Nobu necklaces or anything like them, they usually let down the consumer of the necklace and
Hmm.
don't guarantee or don't give you what they're guaranteeing. And if Art can simply avoid that, then yeah, that's not great for anyone purchasing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say he's not necessarily trying to scare people most of the time.
No.
I think he just purely interact with them. Though I saw one video, I don't remember who or where it was from, where there was some person in a gift shop who was clearly afraid of Art the Clown, and they were just like, "Hey, get away from me!" And Art the Clown's like, "No," and then started running and chasing him throughout the store.
Oh, that's fun.
Wow. Hell yeah.
I do like that he has a garbage bag and he has accessories in there.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yep.
He pulls out all his little glasses and his little weapons, and he has multiple costumes. I love all of this. I want an IP implemented in every year now. Walk around, fuck around. And I will say the coordinators working with him are doing a very good job at, like, if he needs to get the fuck away, he gets the fuck away immediately.
Yep.
Yeah.
That one time I did get a good look at him getting swarmed. They absolutely got him away from that huge group of people, literally just chasing him.
He escapes very well through
Mhm.
backstage
Yes.
areas.
I am worried though, because the more TikToks he ends up getting, the more people start realizing what's going on, his main spots, and everything like that. Like, I feel like he's gonna get more and more and more crowded to the point where he can't really do much anymore, because every time he pops up somewhere, there's just it's automatically a swarm of people holding their phones up trying to get the latest TikTok or
Mhm.
picture, and they put their
Mhm.
flash on, and it's we'll see how well this can do long term. I am kind of worried about that, but I'm sure they have a plan in mind, because I mean they expected this. Everyone expected him to be the new TikTok sensation at HHN right when they said Art the Clown was going to be at the event. Like, it was a no-brainer.
Yep.
But I will say, from at least what I've noticed, he has no set schedules and no set places of anywhere. So I hear your
Mhm.
concern, but I do think that that is on purpose to keep it from happening. I mean, the only place that I will say that we will see him a lot is probably in line for his house, because that's
Yeah.
where I've seen him the most. But that's easy because they just put him between the
Yeah.
lines, like the queues.
People can't get to him.
So, like, I think that they're going about it the smart way, and I hope that they keep it up. And then, obviously, if they have like heavily saturated areas of the park, they're probably communicating to not send him there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
So,
not like we're not creating a set schedule for the Megan Dance show times, but it will always be the same times in the same locations. It's not like that.
speaking of Megan, she should be popping up soon.
Oh?
That is not inside information. My tour guide told me that the grabber meet and greet will also rotate with Megan once they, I guess, get the costume figured out again.
Oh yes, Megan in front of the black phone 2 set.
Yeah, like a guy who kidnaps children. Okay.
Moving on.
Yep.
So with that, I think we can go into the meat and potatoes of what HHN is, the scare zones and the houses. Which, reminder, we are still in a spoiler-free section, so if you are listening, don't have to run away just yet. We will make it very clear before we move on to spoilers. So, do we want to kick it off with our new street experiences? Like
Yeah.
Mel's Dying, I'd say.
Yeah.
I I have one really positive thing to say about it. I like that my prediction is wrong and this isn't just like a show moment and is more like a scare zone. So they're just kind of freely interacting with people all the time. And I like the music. It's a vibe. Otherwise, yeah, pretty forgettable.
Mm-hmm. I don't like the makeup
Mm-mm.
at all. It's so, it looks like the like frozen zombies. I don't know. I get why they were copying like the logo and everything, but I just don't love the makeup. But I do love. There's one skater that we saw on Sunday night. He went flying down the street and then like dead stopped, and it was really cool.
Mm.
That was incredible to witness, because we weren't expecting it. We're just sitting there watching, sitting on a bench, just waiting for our party to show up, or something like that. And then all of a sudden, we just see the skater just go zoom, just right across the street. It was amazing to witness.
Yeah, it was really cool. I like the vibe. I also am very impressed that at a massive crossroad by the bar, by Cat Lady, by Masquerade, there's not really a lot of sound bleed between them. Everything.
No, not at
You can
all,
hear the Mel's
actually.
music. It's really the sound this year. I think you're the one who told me, Duff, and like made me like start focusing on it. It is mixed so well everywhere.
Hmm.
top to bottom.
Yeah, it's mixed better than the daytime Universal Park, honestly. Um,
Yes.
yeah, because even that front area with the minions, the two different minions loops that are still minions always bleed together, and it's like my least favorite thing in the parks. But this year there's no really bleed of any music at all, and it's wonderful, and it helps you stay immersed, and it's what makes this area really unique to me. Because if you want this 50s vibe, you can just walk right here and get all that music, get these interactions, and you're gonna feel somewhat immersed. And I can only imagine, and I want to do this one time, eating at Mel's, sitting by those windows just to get harassed by the zombies must be like one of the coolest experiences, eating a Mel's burger and then they're just like looking at you from the window, pointing at like whatever they're holding and pointing at your food and sort of interacting with you. That makes this street experience worth it on its own, I think. Because Mel's is so busy every single night. The fact that honestly, people who eat there are usually the general public get to have a Horror Nights unique experience while just eating their food is so cool.
Hmm. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it kind of just feels like a scare zone, but with less stuff. But overall, it's just a nice little experience to have added on. Because why not?
Mhm. They should do this every year. Just, maybe, you know, do something with the makeup. But
Hmm.
everything else I think works really cool, awesomely.
Yep. And then, of course, the other street experience we have is Club Horror, which we were excited about, and then we convinced ourselves to be worried about. But I am really enjoying it, guys. Like, I think it's like a really cool place to just hang out and chill for a bit.
I love it. I never I mean, I did say it was gonna be a bunch of 15-year-olds dancing to Five Nights at Freddy's. Happy to report, never heard the song in the zone yet or in the area.
Or in
There
the
were
event.
or the event. But there were a bunch of 15-year-olds dancing the other night, and we all looked at each other and we were like, "Oh no." But it was still a lovely experience.
Hmm.
So I take back everything I said. I wasn't talking shit. I was just worried. It's not a clusterfuck. At least like people just kind of keep walking, and if you want to hang out, you're driven to the tables off to the side.
Yep,
And then there's just tables. That's it.
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah, it's great. And
Has
then
not
the
become bottlenecky at all that
yeah,
we've seen, at least.
the bar line moves really fast. Is it
Hmm.
also a is it just beer or they also have liquor?
I think
I think
it's
they have liquor.
I
At
think they
least
have the
liquor.
mixed
Yeah, just the
drinks.
mixed. Yeah,
the
they don't have
two
like
event
a
drinks.
full bar, but
No hand poured cocktails.
no, I don't
Ugh,
believe. I don't. I'd have to double check. I'm sure I have a picture of the menu, but
I
I
can't
don't believe so.
remember.
I think it's just the pre-mixed.
Which the two event drinks this year are pretty good.
Yeah,
So I'm not complaining about that. It's just a nice area to hang out.
it is,
Yeah,
and
it
it has
definitely
the
doesn't
best
hurt
beer
anything.
selection.
It's cool. I kind of, I still maybe would rather have an actual scare zone in here, but it's clear the budget went to the others, so I'm okay with it. If the other scare zones weren't as good as they were, I might have been like, man, I wish we had five. But I'd rather have four really good scare zones and one scare zone taken away, like San Fran, instead of five scare zones, but you can tell that the budget was more split between them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I fully agree.
Yeah.
I also really appreciate that this DJ is legit.
Yeah.
Like he's fully like a club DJ. Really good mixes, good song choices. Knows how to switch it up for the atmosphere that's currently around him. So yeah, I was worried it would kind of be more like Disney type DJ, where they just kind of roll out and like these are the songs they're gonna play, and you're gonna play it every time you're here, and that's it. But it's not at all.
And they have makeup on them.
Yes. Yep.
The DJ's always when I looked at whoever's playing that day is always straight faced, like just
Yes.
Hmm.
completely in character of undead person. I don't know. But just like always looking at the people dancing just with this evil I don't know, like this evil eyes and just straight face and everything like that. It's really well done. It's kind of unsettling even though everyone's dancing. It's cool. It's a nice contrast.
Yep. So yeah, pretty pleased with specifically Club Horror. Mel's Dying, I think, is also a good addition. So Street Experiences, I think it's a win for me, and I look forward to them maybe adding more and playing with these a little bit more in years to come. So very nice little additions.
How
Yeah.
many booms would you give the street experiences?
Jonathan. Oh my god, you weren't there, but I did a drink review, and Fair and Beer were there with us. And then afterwards, they were like, "You have to do the Riz face."
Oh
And I was
no,
like, I looked at them and I said, "That's Jonathan's thing."
No, I don't do that.
you're
You
supposed to. That's the
you're
joke.
exactly. And then they all we all just kind of laughed and was like, "How many big booms?"
Ugh.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on,
Uh,
scare zones. So just a
Yay!
heads up, there's not going to be spoiler talk about scare zones at all today. So this is because we're going to rank them separately from the houses in a different episode because we haven't had enough time in them yet.
No.
Like we're going to kick it off with Origins of Horror, guys. I don't have much to say. I've barely seen it at all.
Yeah, I've walked through it a couple times. I've seen the crows a couple times.
Yeah, I've seen the crows like once.
That's it. But we knew they were going to be there.
Yeah, they're little
Yeah.
chicken wings.
That's
There's
not a
d-
spoiler. That's just a promise.
There's nothing really to spoil in this entrance zone, I don't think. Like, if you look up online pictures of it, you'll see some of the, we know there were going to be statues in here, so you can see them
Mhm.
and everything. But at the end of the day, it's an entrance zone. They're all kind of similar in what they do. I will say that I don't think it's a spoiler because they said it in the I think it was UK media panel that the statues were made by chainsaw sculptors.
Mhm.
That's because there's chainsaws in here. But I'm not mad at it because it feels like when I went through, the chainsaws were near the end of the scare zone and near the front were the more themed characters, and they were very good at dividing the two, so they never blended together. So you got
Mhm.
both the experience of getting immersed into the event with the themed characters, and then later down the line, you got the scares to push you out. I think that was a very smart move, and I hope they continue doing that moving forward.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There is also one thing, I'm not going to say what it is or anything like that, that I kind of want them to remove like completely because I don't think
Oh.
it's good for the flow of
Oh.
the park.
I can imagine what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a big thing without saying what it is that I don't think was a good idea because all of a sudden walking through that zone becomes 10 times harder due to we know there's statues themed to the IPs. They've said that. So people are trying to take pictures with those statues, creating space and blocking a lot of the walkway because you don't want to walk in front of people's pictures, but you kind of have to because there's another thing that's blocking the walkway and there's
I
nowhere to
I
go.
mean, we can
And
say that there is a set piece that they bring out into the street.
Yeah.
yeah, set piece. Yeah, so
We don't have
set
to say
piece
what it
they
is,
bring
but
out.
yes, there is a large set piece in the middle of the street, right where the statues are, which, like
Yeah.
Jonathan said, a lot of people are trying to take pictures of, and it gets a little crammed.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't think this zone should ever have a giant set piece in the middle. As much as I'm like, yeah, give zones more and do more for zones. This was not the zone that needed a giant thing in the middle of it.
It looks
Out
cool
of
though.
it looks very cool, but I would if they said, you know what, we're gonna get rid of it because the crowd flow is bad, I'd be like, that's a great idea. Get rid of it. It doesn't need to be there. But other than that, I don't have any complaints. It's a very, very good entrance zone.
I promise I'm not about to argue with you just for the sake of arguing with you, Jonathan. But before you started talking, my only comment was going to be I don't mind the set piece because the chainsaws work so well off of the concentration
Mm.
of people.
Mm.
And they're so good at driving people forward that I would say only on Sunday night did I actually have an issue walking through that area, which was the busier night.
See, I had an issue every single time I walked through there to the point that I just don't
That's
anymore.
crazy. See, it was always just kind of flowing, and I really liked how the chainsaws utilized the set piece.
Mm.
But
They
I've
use it
only
very
spent a little
well.
time. Yeah. But
Guys, I've
I'm not
walked through it like once. I have nothing to add. I'm
I think I've
sorry.
walked through it 3 times. That's it. but I kind of like how they're using it so far. We'll see.
Mm.
Okay. Well, we'll see how it develops. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
With that, let's move on over to New York and Mutations Toxic 20s, which is getting greener. I'll say that much.
Yeah, it is.
And I like that. I like it a lot. A lot of
Mhm.
green paint, like face paint, and a lot of green bubbles and mutations, a lot of green lighting. Green.
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 I cannot get lost in this zone. Some of the actors are very afraid of me in this zone.
Or you can get lost because you blend in too well.
I don't know. I think you can still see my head just kind of bobbing around in the zone. I will say that this is the zone I think we've all spent the most time in, or at least Steph and I have.
Yeah, I mean, it's New York. That's typically how it works anyways.
Always.
Yeah.
But I'm really loving it. I'm not surprised, but I'm really loving it.
It's fantastic.
Mhm. Mhm. Great set pieces, fun show moments, the interactions because the tone of the scare zone being a bit more playful and kind of like B horror esque. It just creates for a lot of fun in a zone. So I'm
There
very
was an
excited.
actor, like I swear to God, there was an actor we were walking through that went up to one of us and just shouted "Gabagool" and then walked past,
It was
and we're
me.
all like, "What?"
Yeah, a guy walked. I think I was talking to you, Jonathan, and he literally walked in front of me, put his hand in, literally did the gabagool hand and said gabagool, and I just was like, "What?"
Gabagool.
It took 3 days, but it happened.
I expect a lot more of that.
Absolutely.
I love it.
And we didn't bring it up in the food and beverage section, but I love the fact that the Sting Alley location is just basically like a speakeasy themed
Oh,
bar.
yeah.
So cool. So cool.
And the
So fitting.
drinks are good.
Hmm.
I like the vibe. Again, an area to hang out. I feel like we should cut this from the episode because now people are going to go back there.
Yeah. Don't go to our
No,
space.
you
Don't
see
you
the
dare.
walls? You can't go back there.
It's blocked. Gabagool.
Gabagool. But yeah, no, I have no complaints, I think, about New York.
Hmm. Yeah, I like it a lot. I'm very excited to see how these scare actors really start to flesh out their roles too, because you can tell it's a zone where these characters are going to become like real characters. So looking
Yeah.
forward to it.
And there's a lot of paying attention, spoiler free, but there seems to be a lot of past house references to other things that are really, really funny to see
Hmm.
brought back. That's
Hmm.
all. That's all I'll say there.
And we'll talk about this more, I assume, next week, where we should have our rankings on these.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But we can move over to Central Park and Cat Lady of Crooked Lane, which is, I think, basically what I expected it to be in the best way possible. Um, I think you can have flow concerns here. I know they pushed the house pretty far away, but people know something's going to happen, so they just stand there and wait for something to happen. And when people see people waiting for something, they also wait. So there's just like always a large crowd outside of her house.
Mhm. And you can't
Yeah.
go. There's like a black like circle of tiles, and they won't let you walk past it at certain points during show moments,
Mm-hmm.
and it pushes you back like 6 feet from the stage already. So I don't find myself wanting to stand in that area. And I've only walked through the little cat house once because it's so crowded. And I
Yeah.
knew it was going to happen, but
Do we think the house was a good idea?
Yes. While I think that is a flow concern, I still would rather have this one slow point versus all of Central Park being backed up because I feel like Central Park
Mhm.
feels way
mhm,
more open now than it has in years past. So
agreed.
I will take
It's
that
true.
trade off for one moment of big crowd versus I can't walk through here at all.
Mhm.
So I think it's well worth it, and I think if you get to watch it, it's still really cool moments they have, and it's just worth it for the aesthetic alone, to be honest.
Yeah. This zone is breathtaking. The costumes are breathtaking. The interactions you get are some of the best in the event with these actors. Like you said, the show moments are really, really cool. And there's no show moment that takes up too much of your time. So I don't think people are understanding that yet because I feel like they designed this house to have multiple moments that were like pretty short to
Hmm.
not have people stand in front of there for a long period of time. But people are guests are going to be guests and do what they want, I guess. But also the thing that I love most about this zone, besides all of that awesome stuff, is the mini house they have, the mini haunted house that has like three areas to scare you, and it is when no one's in there and it isn't like a flow of people, it is the scariest thing at this event for me right now. Because I go in there, all the actors like, hey, there's a person coming through here, and they wreck my shit. And it shouldn't even be as scary as it is, but it's terrifying. Like I find myself almost on the floor going through there, and it's great for when all the houses are really busy. You're waiting to do something. You're just like, but you want some jump scares, just go through that mini house and you'll get them.
Hmm.
So I think that is something that should be brought back every single year. I absolutely love it.
And I don't think it's a spoiler because they had kind of said it, but I like how they portray as you move throughout the zone the transformation into
Yes.
the werecats, if you will.
The story is told through, like, even if you don't read the actual story, that's that little storybook pages that are in the zone itself, you can sort of get it by just visually looking at the
Oh,
characters.
yeah, you can fully get it.
Mhm.
They did a very good job at just laying out what this story is for you.
Absolutely.
With that, shall we move on to our final scare zone, Masquerade Dance with Death? I'll take that as a yes. All right.
Yes.
um, so let's head over to Hollywood, where I think we already knew before that the set pieces are beautiful. Well, they are amplified in the event lighting. Because at night, whew, this place looks great.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I've spent zero time in here pretty much, but when I have, oh, it's so pretty.
Hmm.
Yeah. I know we had concerns about, when you see the set pieces during the day, they're now very overgrown, very conservatory, very just, they've been there for years and years and years. And we were like, "Oh, that doesn't really match with the key art and everything." But when the event lighting is shining on it and everything's working the way it should, I don't even notice the vines. And I don't know if that's just like because I haven't been there that much, but it feels so elegant and so grand with the music and the costumes and the way the actors move and the lighting on the set pieces that I forget the problem I had with it during the day or the concern I had with it. So I mean, I think that's a really good thing.
Hmm. I will say there is one thing I don't like about this zone, and that is the music. Um, I have not spent enough time in it to know if it kind of switches up really. But it's like way too like traditional masquerade, elegant, soft music. And like not even in a way where it feels like it's contrasting with what's going on, but it feels like it's clashing. Um,
Oh,
to me. So that's kind of the only thing I can point out about this zone that I'm not loving, but I do need to spend more time in here. Like Jess, I really haven't just hung out here at all. It's mostly just been walking through several times.
Yeah, and I agree on the music. I don't think it's clashing. I think it's too much of what I thought it was gonna be.
Hmm.
It's too much of just it's like Bridgerton music, I think
Yeah,
Mary called it.
I think it clashes with what I want it to be.
Yes,
Is
that's
more
that
what it
is
is.
exactly what I would say. I just want something a little different or like a little darker mixed in or something, a change. I don't know, but like what I'm seeing in front of me is like I know I called the cunty little clowns, but these are like cunty little vampires. Like it is giving in the costuming department like a whisper of Vanity Ball in some ways.
Hmm.
Some of it. Some of it. A whisper.
Yeah, a little less than I thought.
Yeah, and like some of the costumes are like a little more elaborate than others. And I just wish that there was an element of the music that also matched that.
Hmm.
and there isn't. It's all just like Bridgerton music.
Do we know that for sure?
No, because we spent no time in it. So
Okay.
again, we could be talking out of our asses
Yeah.
over here.
The part I do not like this aspect of the soundtrack. If there's another part, I cannot wait to hear it. But this part for me doesn't fully work.
We need to park for at least a whole set.
For me, does it work too well? I guess I really just feel like it's a masquerade.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? Hey, whoa, where's my scare zone?
Yeah, and I haven't seen. There's apparently like a fun like full show moment. I've only seen a little one.
On the
Yeah.
centerpiece stage or one of the other ones? Do
I
you
don't
know?
know. I have no idea.
Hmm.
I've only spent. I literally think you and I have spent the same amount of time in it because we saw each other in passing on opening night.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, probably have. It's
So-
literally just been walking through it, which I walk through a lot more in Origins, but still not spend time in it.
Yeah, this is an unfair review, I guess, of it.
That's why we're not ranking it.
Yep.
Hollywood's always a weird scare zone location because you always have to go out of your way to see it. Because I can get to houses and stuff faster if I just don't go through there. And
Mhm.
so,
Mhm.
especially opening weekend, my goal is houses, so I barely walk through there. But now that everything's sort of calming down and I don't need to do the houses as much as I did opening weekend, I'll definitely spend some more time as we get further into the season.
Definitely. I think this week I will focus a lot more on scare zones and shows and the things that aren't house related.
Mhm.
But before we fully move on from scare zones, what's your general thoughts on how this lineup is as a whole? Is it pretty strong? Meet your expectations?
The fact that I'm so high on scare zones opening weekend, which usually does not happen. Usually opening weekend, I'm like, I don't know enough to even say anything, to even have an opinion. And that's usually not for the better, to be honest, when I have that thought. The fact that I'm going right now, this is one of the best years for scare zones we've had. And I haven't even formed my full opinions on anything yet, tells you something. I think we are in for an amazing year with both the zones and the street experiences and how great the event is, even when you can't do houses, when the houses are too long and you just want to walk around the park. I think there's something for everyone here. And I think when they said we're going to fix the issue from last year in scare zones, that they weren't lying and that they were telling the truth, because this is a great year, I think, for zones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think last year, honestly, the past several years, I would have had the same response about scare zones where I'm saying I need to spend more time in them before I can talk about them. This year, it's a lot more. I want to spend more time in them. I'm excited to spend more time in them and really get the full experience. And I'm not doing it just because I need to be able to talk about it. So, very promising start that I really want to go be in them. With that, we can move on to shows where this coverage is gonna suck. Because Jess, did you see a show at all?
I walked past Honto, whatever the fuck it's called, like 4 times, but no, I did not.
Yeah, I also saw no shows. I probably saw even less of that. I heard a couple songs from Hontophonic. That's about it. So Jonathan, you're gonna have to come in and give us half of our coverage.
Yeah, because I did not see Nightmare Fuel. None of us did. I don't know how long it's gonna be till we end up seeing it, but we will eventually.
I will make myself do it this week. I tried on Sunday, but then I forgot. So I have a whole week now to try.
5 more days. Well, not 5, but some of us have 5 of HHN.
Yeah. But I did end up seeing Hontophonic: A Ghoulish Journey. Am I allowed to say the big thing about this show that
I don't think
that
so.
it is
Yeah.
what it is?
Yeah, you could, because it is.
Oh.
You're not giving away something specific,
It's a spoiler.
is it?
I mean, it is, but it's a spoiler that
Sets
Has hap-
expectations.
It's
Yeah,
a spoiler.
I don't know if I could talk about it without saying the spoiler because it's such an important thing.
Hypocrites.
How's
Hypocrites.
that? I don't know.
I don't care. I
Okay,
actually care.
if you really don't want to know a single thing about this show, you want to go in completely blind, skip like 5 minutes of this episode.
You're gonna talk about it for 5 minutes, Jonathan?
Maybe not that long. I don't know.
You got
I'm just
a minute
trying
and
to
a
give
half.
You got a minute and a half.
Oh, now I'm sad now. Poor Muppet Vision. Anyways, Hauntophonica Ghoulish Journey is just ghoulish. It's a repeat of Ghoulish with 2 new songs, and the ending is kind of switched up a little bit. And they framed it as like this is the best version of Ghoulish. This is the ultimate version that we never got to see. And I'm gonna be honest, I love Ghoulish. I think that is my favorite Lagoon show. And I mean, I absolutely adore it. And when I figured out, honestly, you could tell from the patterns of the lagoon from people were like filming the lagoon from like up the parking garage, like, hey, that's the same pattern as this. So when I realized it was the same show, I was like, uh-oh, let's see what they change. And I don't think the changes they made were for the better. I honestly think it hurts Ghoulish's identity and makes it just a mishmash of whatever. Um, to give, since I guess we're getting spoilers for Ghoulish real quick, the pre-show music is different and doesn't fit the old Halloween vibe at all. Which automatically makes it feel weird because that's kind of what Ghoulish is. They switch a couple of the songs, and the switches they make, both changes, I think aren't very good. And I think the ending, because it's obvious they can't use blinding lights because we don't have the weekend anymore at our event. They ended up changing the song there. And I think the change, while in concept's not horrible, the mix just completely kills the finale. So all in all, my complete overall thoughts is the stuff that still stayed the same from Ghoulish is amazing, but every single change they made was a bad change besides the lagoon having more effects and having more stuff it can do because it's an updated system. So yeah, I don't think I'll be going to watch this show again, besides maybe the 3 songs I like from the original Ghoulish show. It's very disappointing to me, but yeah, I hope you guys watch it. I hope you guys enjoy it more than I do. It's something just that did not hit with me at all.
Wow. It's just
Yeah,
ghoulish and Jonathan's not happy? That's crazy.
because it's a repeat, but don't bring it back if you're gonna make it worse. Like, just that's the thing. I don't. If it was only ran for 2 weeks, that's okay. I understand bringing it back. I don't have a problem with that. Honestly, it's that they brought it back, but just decided we're gonna make it worse now, and it's like, the only thing I love that it's here is that I get to hear the 3 songs from Ghoulish that I liked, and that there's a Lagoon show that can split up people. But this is not the best version of Ghoulish. This is taking Ghoulish and just taking away its soul.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, whatever. It
Well,
it is what it is. Doesn't hurt anybody except me.
sorry. I'll give you a hug next time I see you.
Oh, thank you.
I liked Ghoulish too.
And you guys might
you might
like
like
it.
it.
I'm very
Eh,
yeah, I don't know.
I think it would be unfair of me to I don't know how this makes sense, but in my head it does. I think it would be unfair of me to say that I would like Hauntofonic as much as I like Ghoulish, but then shit on Nightmare Fuel for doing the same thing.
No,
Mhm.
it's okay.
I don't know.
Hey,
But speaking of
you,
Nightmare
you can only
Fuel,
say what your experience is.
anybody see it?
No,
No.
we did
I
not.
didn't. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. This is my excuse for Mike Daniels. I said I would see it with him.
There you go. Good
It
excuse.
should just be a big 365 viewing.
Get a
with
jail
Mike.
card.
Well, I think if I'm gonna watch it with somebody, it needs to be like a super fan.
Yeah, that's fair. I get that.
Because I love watching people get to do things they love. So I
Yes.
think I will live for Nightmare Fuel if I see it with people who live for it.
I like that. I'm gonna do the same.
So Mike, the whole gang is coming with you.
Just let us know when.
We'll meet up in the smoking section first.
No
I still have
rush.
that bracelet for you.
All right. Well, should we move on to the big shebang? What the event is built around? The houses.
Nah, let's just wrap it up.
All right. See you guys next week. Bye. See you in the streets. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about I think 6 specific houses in this non-spoiler section. Of course, once we get to spoilers, we're gonna give you our full rankings and go into more detail about each of them. So we're gonna run through this one kind of quick because it's really kind of hard to talk about the houses for long without spoilers, anyways. So, um, just general thoughts. Let's start with a few IPs. Five Nights at Freddy's. Obviously, none of us were super excited. It was 10 on all of our hype lists. Kind of what you expected it to be, or maybe a little different.
Exactly what I expected, but I think I was pleasantly surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Not too much. Like don't think anything crazy now, but I was pleasantly surprised. Like surprisingly.
Yeah, I think that's basically my exact review of it. And I will add that the technical elements are very impressive when working, and that I can see there was an attempt to make it scary at points. The attempt was there, so I appreciate that at least.
Yeah. I mean, they said exactly what it was going to be in every single press release and every single interview. All they said was, you will feel like you are walking into the movie and the characters will feel accurate to the characters. And that's exactly what it was. And if you are a big Five Nights at Freddy's fan, I think you're going to adore this house. I think it'll be your favorite thing. If you are not a big Five Nights at Freddy's fans, but you appreciate innovation in haunts and theme parks in general, I think you're going to find some things to really like about this house. If you are just going for scares, I'd say skip this. If your only goal is to get scared, then this is not the IP for you. This
Mhm.
is honestly a house I think little kids can walk through and be fine. Because I saw so many kids walk through this and be fine. Young kids, like I'm talking 6, 7 year olds, just in line getting ready to see Five Nights at Freddy's and walking out having a great time seeing Freddy Fazbear.
I did see one
Um,
cry the entire walk though, so
oh, so I guess not
Oh.
well,
everybody. It
not
depends
entire
on.
walk, but there was something early on that fucked them up, and they did not get over it.
Oh no.
Yeah, they were not having a good time. I
I've
hope
seen so many
I hope they didn't
kids.
go to other houses.
I think they brought him to Terrifier next.
Oh god.
um, but yeah, I'd say I am impressed with what they promised.
Hmm. And
Yeah.
I will specifically say, if you are into themed entertainment, the opening room is going to be an oh shit moment for you.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
So it
It
is very impressive.
yeah.
And I hope you're into themed entertainment if you're listening to an HHN podcast, because that's like what it is. Uh, so you alluded to it. Of course, we have to talk about Terrifier as well. Um, I don't think this is what it promised, like FNAF was, or at least not what I interpreted what they promised. Um, it's not a spoiler to say this. To me, the tone is pure comedy and not a contrast of super gore horror and art's comedic elements. It just feels like a comedy house to me. Uh, Not saying I don't like it. I do like the house. It's just not what I expected or wanted.
I get that. I think it's really hard to convey what those movies convey, because those movies are like you're sitting and watching a terrible thing happen, a disgusting thing for
Hmm.
for minutes, and you're staring at it. There's nothing else you can do. You're watching every process. But in haunted houses, you can't really do that. Even if you see the aftermath of something, or even something happening, but it's on a mannequin, which happens in a lot of houses, it doesn't feel the same as what movies can convey. And so I do understand that point, that they were acting like you're gonna walk in this house and you're gonna throw up and you're just never gonna want to see anything again. And it's just the most disgusting thing you ever see in your life. That's not true. I mean, I guess for some people it could be, but that's not true. To me, and I think a lot of other people,
I mean,
it's fine.
you say like to you it's not like you could see. I don't see how, like, if you've been going to horror nights and experienced some of the gory houses they've done, how this would be like too much for you. Like the
Hmm.
comments about puking and stuff, I can only imagine is from one of the scents. That's pretty strong. Like
Yeah.
I can't think of a single scene where I'm like, that's just the sickest thing I've ever seen at horror nights. Like it doesn't have those moments for me at all. Like at all. There's just
No.
like some decent gory scenes that you'll see every year at horror nights, I think.
Yeah, I think it's gory, but I really like it. I really do. I think it
Yeah.
is really fun. But
Mhm.
I also think that no matter what they did, it was gonna be fun because that is who Art the Clown is. Yeah, he does a lot of fucked up shit. I'm not here to argue that he's a good person.
I hope not. Jesus.
Well, there are some people that are like, if you like Art the Clown or Terrifier, it's a red flag.
Oh yeah, I know.
What?
And that is like,
Yeah, but
I'm not
then
here to
there's
argue
someone
that.
who can say that about all of horror, like,
Correct.
which you're
Everybody's bad.
wrong. You're wrong. It's media. You can intake whatever
Right.
media you want.
It's art. Like, and not it's art, but it's art. Like, I don't know. I'm not here to argue that. Art the Clown
This
is a really fun fucking character,
Hmm.
and they're doing it. And I think that that is fun.
They did that very well. Art is very much art. I will say that for sure, and I love
yeah.
that you get
Yeah.
that full experience with art. Not only what we talked about throughout the park, but in the house that they were able to effectively portray who art is, and let the scare actors really work as art. Um, I appreciate that we get that experience.
Yeah.
I don't think I've gotten better interactions in a house, maybe ever, with the amount of freedom they give these arts to just be Art the Clown, in which he's a character that we talked about before that can do basically whatever he wants. Like we talked about the walk around character, basically being able to do whatever he wants. Arts can do whatever because they can be happy and dance around and clap with you, and also like switch personalities on a dime if needed, depending on the interaction. It's absolutely wonderful, and you can tell the house was designed with that in mind. The house knew that in order for this to work, and we talked about it as in hype, in order for this house to work, they had to let art be art, and they did. And I think that's why it works, and that's why it's, to me, a very, very, very good house.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. You got something else for that one?
No, no, no. I'm
Okay.
just no, no. Let's do it. Come
All
on.
right. There, your turn, Jess. Go ahead. You can do it.
All right. And the third IP we're going to talk about is the horrors of the Wyatt Six. And I joke that we shouldn't talk about it because I think it would make people more mad. But I think we have to talk about it with how much I've been talking about it. Am I going first?
Yeah.
Is that why
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
introing? Okay. Um, I hadn't really thought about what I was gonna say, but non-spoiler, I think it's about as perfect as it could have been. There's not a thing in there that is not in there that I didn't want, which I don't think is a spoiler because there's a lot of things I had on my wish list. There might be like a couple things here or there, which I'll get into in the spoiler part, but I think it is a beautiful tribute to a beautiful mind that we lost way too soon, and it is so fucking scary at the same time
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
and intense. But that's also who he was. So, like, I fully, as a fan, I'm trying not to get emotional here. It is what I think Bray would want or would have done himself.
Yeah, this shit slaps. It's really good. I will say for the spoiler free section, what I'll keep it as if you were concerned that this property wouldn't work as an HHN house, I think it is like the most traditional HHN at this event. Like it feels like what HHN is at its core the most. Obviously, that has shifted a bit over time, not in a bad way, but like this feels more like older houses from HHN in a very good way.
Yeah. No, it's absolutely fits in this lineup. It fits at Halloween Horror Nights, no questions. Uh, there isn't a debate anymore. No one can say why is WWE here. Like, no, it it fits as a house, 100%. It's scary. It will make you cry. You're gonna feel emotions. And I wrote a little, quick spoiler free review on Twitter, like on opening night, just going through the houses and stuff like that, and I made a comment saying, "This house is really good if you don't know anything. It will be even better if you do your research and watch the documentary and watch the Firefly Funhouse episodes and do all the research there. I think if you haven't gone yet, and you're just listening to spoiler-free reviews, trying to get some idea of the event, if you really want to appreciate this house, which you still can even if you don't know anything, I need to make that clear. Someone thought I didn't mean that. I'm like, no, you can like it even if you don't know anything.
Mhm.
Um, this house, more so than any of the other IP houses, will be elevated greatly if you do your research and do your homework. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I would normally say that about any IP, but I think for this one means even more. Because
Yeah.
I think one of the things people will talk about with this house is how it's like has that touching, heartbreaking feeling, and I'm not fully sure you get that if you don't understand why. So I think
Mhm.
it'll add a completely new element for you if you do that research.
There's one thing I have to say specifically about that in the spoiler part that made me bawl after the fact
Hmm.
when I got home, when I like thought back about it. And again, you don't need that. But if you have it, yeah.
All right, shall we move on to three originals we'll talk about without spoilers? Starting with one that we were all very excited about, El Artista, A Spanish Haunting. I will say it delivered fully on just being a beautiful spectacle of a house. That facade is insane. The level of depth, crazy, crazy.
Yeah.
It's hard to talk about this without
I
spoilers because
know.
yeah,
It's
like
almost impossible. That's why I just
yes,
said beautiful. Yeah,
beautiful,
Stunning.
gorgeous, wonderful.
yep.
Love her. She's the prettiest girl at the party this year.
Yes.
All right, well, let's go to Hatchet and Chains. There's still not much you can say without. It's really hard with originals, especially not talking about spoilers. Um, I know not everyone agrees, especially on this podcast, but I think Hatchet and Chains is also a very beautiful house, very different scale, obviously, but I love how it is designed and a lot of, especially like lighting elements. There's a lot of height involved, which I love, especially in these tighter spaces. Um, there's more I want from the main antagonists. I think they didn't fully deliver there. But overall, I do like this house. I think it's very well designed. I think there is decent scare design along with just the pure set pieces as well. So yeah, I'm pleased.
I'm glad somebody is because I haven't had a single good goddamn run through this house.
Yeah. And I think that's the case for both the Sprungs this year. Not giving any spoilers, just talking about actors. I feel like there's a lot of holes. And I've had a lot of runs, particularly with the Sprungs, that just feel like, man, there's something supposed to be here,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not. And I've only really experienced that with the two old Sprung tents. So
Hmm.
this house and Dolls. And I wonder if it's just purely staffing issue, and that once that gets fixed, that our opinions on these houses shift quite a bit.
Yeah, that's true. There's always some originals where, like, obviously they're going to staff the IPs first. That you kind of have to. So if they're having any issues staffing, which we don't know if they are, but sometimes they do, and I can assume with Epic this year they definitely are. So I can understand why the originals in the back would maybe not be fully staffed, unfortunately. But give it a couple weeks and give everything a couple weeks. This is not running on all cylinders yet. This whole event.
No,
Mhm.
this is exactly why we buy our frequent fear passes because um, you are not going to get a perfect experience of everything after going through it once or twice or
No,
three times.
no. I've done a crazy amount of houses in 3 days, and I have not seen most of these things 100%.
Mhm.
Hmm. Shall we move on to the final house we're going to discuss in this section? Um, and I will say now that it is one of the biggest surprises in a positive way for me this year, and that is Galkin, Monsters of the North. I think, oh man, how do we talk about it? Um, I think it is scary, scenic's beautiful, and I love that they really do use the full space of this new tent.
Yeah, and they said that there would be creatures, aka monsters of the north, in this house, and there certainly are
Mm-hmm.
many monsters of the north in this house. What lots of monsters.
Yep, I agree with Duff. I was surprised. It was very low on my hype. We got a lot of comments about that actually. I feel a little bad now, not to spoil anything. Also, this isn't a spoiler, but the ending is really fucking scary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Really scary.
you might remember it from something else.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
It is a reused
That's okay.
room in a good way, in a very
I
good
feel
way.
like I feel like we could have guessed that though.
Yeah.
It just works.
I will say this house is also fucking brutal.
Yeah.
It shows the monsters doing their work on their victims many times. So I love that.
Yeah.
And some of these monsters have names. Can't talk about it here.
Next,
But we are going to talk about
next
that
segment.
in the next segment.
might be a while before we can talk about it though.
I know. That's okay.
If you only have time to do a couple of houses and you're trying to figure out what originals you want to do, maybe this should be one of the ones that you do.
This should be one of the ones you do.
Yeah, do it. Choose this. This is one of the originals you have to do.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, with that, let's wrap up our spoiler-free segment with this one last question. How you feeling about this overall house lineup?
Hell yeah.
Very good lineup.
Hell yeah, very good lineup.
Yeah,
I'll just
Good
combine.
Goblin.
I'll just combine your words.
Hell
exactly.
yeah. Good Goblin. Buy the shirt. HHN365.com.
Good.
I was talking with Jonathan. If we just want to compare it to last year, I think my favorite house from last year falls like middle of the pack this year, and I think basically everything else falls right at the bottom almost. So, very strong lineup across the board. Not perfect. I think at the bottom there's something for me that we'll talk about shortly that don't love. But listen, I think 8 are very strong.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good houses here, and it's a very strong house lineup, very strong zone lineup. I mean, this is shaping up to be one of the best years in a while.
All right, is it time? Do we kick out everyone who doesn't want spoilers?
Bye. We'll see you next week or
See you
whenever you go to the event.
later.
Because I think after when do we start doing spoilers? Next week or the week after?
Oh, next week.
Next week.
So I'm sorry. If you are not coming until like October, we will see you in October.
Correct. However, if you do want to hear some spoilers and find out what our house rankings are, we're about to kick it off. Remember, only house rankings this week. We'll talk about scare zones and shows and spoilers and those rankings next week, most likely. You want to kick us off with number 10, anyone?
I will.
Please.
I almost feel bad because I feel like all I've done is talk shit about this IP recently.
True.
But it's Fallout. I don't.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I just can't. And the house hit as hard as the show did for me, which if you don't know, still on episode 5. It's there. It's fine. It's immersive. It's what I thought it would be. But it's just, yeah, I actually like something more than that, which is crazy.
Is it completely immersive though?
No.
Is there one thing that you look at and go, "Uh-oh, why'd they make this choice?"
No, yeah, I went, uh-oh, where's my man?
Yeah.
I forgot I can talk about spoilers. Where the fuck is Walton Goggins? He doesn't show up until the end, as far as I've seen. I don't know. I've done 2 runs through this house.
I think there are technically 3 of them. I don't know
Where?
if one is a shared boo hole. So there's one that comes out of the corner in Philly.
Where?
Like the corner, like when you're walking in, like get up to the shack, he comes out of the corner.
I ain't never seen him.
There's one in the mirror room and one somewhere else.
The one in the mirror room has popped out. But like, you're gonna make a whole big deal that you've scanned his fucking face or you got the face scan from Prime and then he's barely in the house. I have so many GOG in me bracelets that I've gotten from listeners, which thank you. I do not have that gog in me.
No. And you know what is sad? Because talking about that face mold is that, like, even when he does appear, you don't get a good look at him at all.
No.
A-
No,
I think the Philly one maybe a little bit, but still, like, not a great view of him. Very weird choices there.
I want my man's, and I can't have him. It's
I
not fair.
wonder if it'll be more prevalent in Hollywood's version.
I will be so upset if this is the year I skip Hollywood and they make a better house with him in it.
Just gonna be pure gog.
I know it was a bit, but I really genuinely like this man now. And I'm just so sad that he's barely in the house.
Just have to stick to your Walmart commercials, I guess.
He's on every ad, every fucking ad.
Jonathan, can you tail this, or do we have the same 10?
Guess what? We have the same 10.
Me and you, or you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
No.
okay. All right.
Yeah. um, Jason Universe at number 10. I was debating it for a little bit between my 9 and 10, but I ended up saying no. Jason Universe, I think, is I'm not, this is not the majority opinion, it looks like, because I think a lot of people have this at 1 or 2 or 3,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
yeah, it's
whoa.
true.
So I'm very much feel like I'm in the minority right now in the HHN community. But I think, and I know you said this, and I don't think this is a good house. I really don't. If you're looking for scares, it could be a good house if that's what you're looking for. There could be some good scares in here. I haven't found them yet. Um, but I think that it's boring. The sets aren't interesting in the beginning when there are sets. There isn't really a story, which whatever, it's Jason, you don't really need it. But the scare placements aren't really that interesting either. There aren't any interesting like kills that happen here. It's all just Jason popping out, Jason popping out, Jason popping out. And at the end, in the second part of the tent, when you walk through that terrible mask that's terrible, they decided, I'm sure this is what the treatment looks like. I'm sure there's a piece of paper and it's one sentence. Like, this is all it took. There will be a hallway where you encounter Jasons and you walk forward. And I'm sure that's all it took. That's all the design was. You go straight and there'll be some Jasons. It is the most like boring house design I might have ever seen because there are no sets in that tent besides the end. There are no sets. You go forward, it's black walls and Jason. And it feels like a Hollywood house, but almost worse because you don't even turn. You just go straight and it's just Jason. Um, I don't think it's well designed at all. I'm and it feels like they didn't really care about this property and they were sort of had to do it, or they weren't allowed to do things because of the weird rights situation with Jason right now. I don't know what
There's one of the
happened.
weird rights, or that they're not allowed to like build sets at
I
all.
guess they're like, no sets for
No
you,
scenic allowed.
no scenic allowed. You must have black walls. Yeah, if we can complain about Hollywood's black walls and how I can complain about it here. It's 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 not good. I don't like it. Jason, I think is a bad house, but lots of people don't agree, and that's
Yeah,
the
a
cool
lot
thing
of
about
people like it.
HHN.
A lot of people like it. And Jonathan knew that this was also my number 10 without seeing my list, because I have made it very clear that this is the only house that I just kind of don't find redeeming qualities in this year. Like,
Mhm.
I understand why people like it, because well, I understand why some people like it. If you are looking to come to HHN for scares, this is going to be a bunch of people jumping out of boo holes, loud noises, and if that works for you, I get it. It's a haunt. That's something that happens. To me, for scares, I want to see good scare design. This has no good scare design. I'd say it has no good set design. It has no sets. It it is. I there's nothing I like about this. There's nothing I like about it. I'm sorry. It's not what I'm looking for in a house at all. Because even if you were to go the whole route of like, but it's so scary, I don't think it is at all. Because it's just
Mhm.
traditional boo holes. That's it. Like, no uniqueness to the scares, no sets. I do like the outdoor transition. I like that cabin scene. That looks
Yeah.
good. They tried somewhere. Otherwise, like, there's light set designs that's the most just like generic camp cabin shack thing ever. And basically you go through the mask and any attempt at any scenic dies. Just gone. And yeah, it's a gauntlet adjacent. They delivered their promise there. I'll say that much. But yeah, this is my 10 by a large margin, to be completely honest.
That's fine.
Sorry, but I know you understand.
Oh boy, do I understand, because guess what my number 9 is?
Oh,
Is it Fallout again?
It's Fallout again. No, it's Jason Universe.
Yeah.
Because while it is the house I get scared in the most so far. That's just because I'm only 5'5", and any large human would probably scare me jumping out. Like they're very close.
Yeah.
10 times scarier than Insidious it is not. And I really, really have a bone to pick about my boy Jason Lives in this house. Because why does he look like that? Jonathan, do you even know which one I'm talking about?
the burnt one? Or
Yeah,
no?
that's
Oh.
It's not what it's supposed to look like. He looks like he got stuck in a tanning bed for too long.
Well, maybe
I
in
li-
this Jason universe he did.
I hate that bobblehead mask too. It looks like a Funko Pop. But we knew all of this. I'm going to say some redeeming qualities. I think that the first half is really fun and it's exactly what I wanted out of a Jason house as somebody who hasn't seen it like ever. So I really enjoy being able to there's a Crystal Lake sign. Like we are at Camp Crystal Lake. Things I didn't think we were going to get. We got the Pamela Shrine. Like we got a lot of things that I didn't think were possible because of the messy rites at one point. And I've said it this year. So it fulfills that little part of me, which is why it's 9 and not 10. But like, you guys aren't wrong. The second half is ass. It is just generic camp, but that's Jason. Jason is generic camp. They weren't going to put us in Manhattan or space, but it's just really weird. And then at the end, it's, I think, supposed to be the Jason Lives coffin. And I don't get it. I don't understand why it's there after the gauntlet. And the gauntlet is just like gilly wall.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I don't say it's theming. It's not. It's just black wall, but it's got like a texture. And like, at least in Insidious, the curtains were closed. I feel like I'm gonna get real desensitized really fast in Jason because you can see the boo holes in all of it. So like that's fine. Yeah, you don't know which ones are gonna pop out of because they have multiple. But I can see the hole in the wall. And there's a lot of fog. That's about it. I hate the mask. It looks like the Phantom of the Opera mask. I hate it so fucking much. I think I turned around the other day and I just went, bad. Boo.
Jonathan
Boo.
says bad.
Yes.
Yeah, but I just needed to vent about it. You know, I'm still going to go through it. If you're in this house and you're listening, I still appreciate you. You're bringing my boy to life and you're fucking scary. I got wrecked multiple times in this house. You guys saw.
Scare actors not being scary is not on you, by the way. For me, it's the scare design itself. So
Exactly.
that's all it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there is one character that has 5 boo holes, but I think that is the laziest way to say that. Laziest.
Mm-hmm.
The one in the center of the fucking room. Of course he has 5 boo holes. He doesn't even have a boo hole to hide in. He just has 5 trigger points. I'm sorry. I'm done. There's a really, really scary window scare though. That got me so good. The one where he is projected up on it and he's kind of taunting you anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And then he fucking rips the window open. I thought it was a projection. 3 times now I've thought it was a projection.
I'll be fair. I did think that was a projection. I thought that was a pretty decent one.
Yeah, I'll give him that one. But at the end of the day, it's a bunch of Jasons. But my tour guide did say the victims and the Jasons, they switch boo holes throughout the night. So you might not know who's going to be in each one. I don't know if you can even tell because they all look the same anyways.
We're going to get Gauntlet of Victims?
Gauntlet? No, I don't even see. I
No.
just see body. Like I can't even see what's jumping out
I
at me
think the
in the gauntlet.
victims are only in the first part.
Oh, okay, good. I was gonna say
There's so many Jasons.
so many.
So many.
reasons. Well, that's what they said.
They did.
They delivered. I just wish they didn't. Um, I guess I'll do my number 9 because I can go back to your number 10 and say Fallout. I think there's fun scenic. I think there's good scenic. Um, but it's kind of boring. Like I don't know. It's like book report in the way that like, yeah, I know what happens in the series. Thanks for telling me again. Um, you're literally just watching like show moments rather than real scares. You know, it's not scare design. It's like theater in front of you more than anything else. And like it's fine just because I think I like some of the characters. I like some of the scenic. Um, but it's I don't really like it either. I don't know. Again, I think boring is kind of the word to use, unfortunately. I do like the implementation of a lot of the media though, and having the screens. That's cool.
Yeah. No, technically, I feel like based on the reasoning that you guys gave, it should be lower on my list too. But I'm not there yet because number 9 is Grave of Flesh for me. Um, it is. I don't know. This house starts off really strong. I think the intro and going under the gravestone acting like we died is really cool, and that's a great intro. And the beginning when we're just sort of underground is interesting with the creatures and whatever. The minute it goes into I don't know. Jess, you were thinking purgatory. If it is that or we're overthinking it, who knows? The minute it goes into just full on tripping acid mode, I guess. It goes balls to the wall crazy. You see so many random shit, so many things like a door with green light and big cylinders with green light and an alien. I know it's not an alien, but like an alien on a disco, like a DJ stage. And in the whole time, I'm just going, "What the fuck is
I'm biting
going
my tongue
on?"
so hard right now.
I know.
I'm not ready to talk about it.
I don't like this house. I think it might have one of the worst stories I've ever seen in a haunted house because everyone that walks out of it, no one is able to tell me what the actual story is. No one.
Hey,
I know you guys like the
I have
house.
told you what the story is.
I am
You just want more of an answer when
You don't
there's
like our
not.
answers, you little
Because
twerp.
it's a weird answer. I want the designer to say
Jonathan,
what
it's
this
a
is.
fucking haunted house. Of course it's a weird answer.
I don't know. I don't like this at all.
Here's the thing. You kind of already gave it away that we do like it.
Yeah.
Most people do not like this house. That is very clear.
Correct.
And I do fully understand why. And this isn't my
Yes.
number 1 or anything. Don't worry. But
No.
we'll get to it. But I understand why you and many people have it low. I think honestly, you having it at 9 probably is like higher than average.
Yeah, most people have it at 10.
Yeah.
I just like giving you shit.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Oh, thank you guys.
Yeah.
I think this one has potential to grow though with scares because if it just gets more scary, I think I'll like it more. And it could be a case where I have so much fun with how weird and batshit it is that I end up like having a affinity for it and it ends up climbing higher on the list. I mean, what other house could I say that ends with a moo? From one of the characters. It's truly a unique house.
Listen,
But yeah,
I know I can answer a lot for you. You don't like the answer, but I can answer a lot. I don't know why it moves. Can't help
It
you there.
moves?
It moves.
yeah.
Which character?
Like the last one.
Okay, well somebody has to point that out to me tomorrow.
It goes moo.
It like moves, and I don't care that it moves, but I don't know why it moves.
Okay, no, somebody actually has, I'll take my earplugs out for that.
Okay, sounds
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all I have for now. weird ending, weird middle to ending.
Yeah, well, in a little bit we're gonna fucking fight, just so you know.
Yeah.
Well, we already had that fight, kind
No.
of.
And we're gonna do it again.
Oh,
You
nice.
spoke about my theory. I'm gonna go into detail on it later.
That's true. All right.
Where are we at? What number are we on?
8.
8. Me? Is it my turn?
If you
I'm
want
really
to.
afraid to say this. Yeah. I mean, I already said it in the spoiler free. It's Hatchet and Chains.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Oh,
Yeah, I haven't had a good run. This is gonna be my like my Dead Man's, I fear. Where like everyone's really hot on it and I'm like, yeah, it looks cool. But it's also my runs have been so weird that people are talking about a schoolhouse and scenes I don't know, and I just am saying like, did I walk through that house?
It's only
And
been
I
one
just
weekend. There's time.
I know, and it's also because I've only done it twice, and I voluntarily sat out when everybody wanted it a third time. So, not because I didn't like it, because then somebody else go. But yeah, I just need more time in it, and I agree with what you said earlier, Duff. Like, I wish that they did more with Hatchet and Chains, because in my 2 runs, I think I could only tell you like where one of them was once.
Yeah. Well, there's also just been an issue with having more than one of them
Oh,
staffed. Not because they're not there, because they are like physically a scare actor is not there. There's a lot
Oh.
more of them in the house than I think you realize.
Interesting.
You just have to get a decent run to find out.
That's why we do weekly rankings.
I've only noticed what the title implies: Hatchet and Chains. 1 hatchet and 2 chains. I don't think I've ever seen any other ones.
Well, there are. I promise.
Huh.
In fact, we walked through 2 days ago together, and I kept turning around to Jonathan like, "Oh, it's not there. Oh, it's not there." And he's like, "Yeah, I don't believe you. This just sucks, man."
Correct.
But wait till you see it. Anyways, go ahead.
I was also there, and you just kept going, this is not a good run, and I'm like, well, I haven't had one yet.
You've only had 2.
Okay, and they haven't been good.
Well,
What about people who only go for one night?
that's not your ranking.
I know, but I'm sympathizing.
No, you're not.
No, I'm justifying.
Correct.
What somebody else is.
Jonathan, can you tail that? No.
I can't yet.
Okay. I know you're not far off, but so my number 8 is Five Nights at Freddy's. Again, I do think very impressive, both technically, the scenic, the scale. They impressed me overall. I think they executed it about as well as you can execute this property, at least for the film. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's not really. There's attempts to scare, but it's not like it doesn't feel like a Horror Nights house. It feels like a really cool walkthrough where there's a couple moments that are just small jump scares at best. Yeah. But like I said, that opening room, holy shit, it really is like a jaw-dropping moment. Like, so good. Not only the animatronics, but just the scene build as a whole. It feels like you are really inside this pizzeria. Very well done. Everything about the set dressing just knocked it out of the park. One issue, animatronics, not all of them work. Not just sometimes, but like never.
Mhm.
So that's a problem. But yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's. I think finishing 8 for me is not a bad thing. I think it's actually a good house. It's just not a good representation of a Halloween Horror Nights house.
Would you say that Five Nights at Freddy's is where you want to be?
Is that a
We
song?
can kick him out right now.
Yes, that's the song.
Oh, I
Yes.
didn't even know
Yeah.
that. So that was you wasted it on me. Sorry.
Fuck.
Should have used it on me. I would have ejected you from the room.
That's true.
I might still, actually.
Not too late.
Mm.
Speaking of Five Nights at Freddy's, though, that is also my 8. I think that, like A Quiet Place, it heavily relies on animatronics, and I think it will get boring later in the season. But unlike A Quiet Place, the animatronics and puppets are actually impressive. They actually are interesting to look at, and they're not. You look at them and go, "Oh no." They're all really, really good. the opening scene in particular is something that honestly might carry it to my 8 because it is so well done. I do hope that the animatronic puppet things are able to jump out at you more later in the season. Maybe they get more confident and not punching somebody in the face, or that it can reach out that far and get some decent scares. But yeah, my main complaint and why it's an 8 and not higher is that I think the ending is not very good. I think it just ends. And the one I talked about the whole season, I was like, I can't wait to see what they do with Springtrap, because he's like the actual villain of Five Nights at Freddy's and actually is kind of scary. And the answer is they don't really do anything. He walks towards you and then the house ends and he says nothing and he has no other scares. And it's like, wait, what? The main villain of the movie, the one that's kind of orchestrating it all, has one quote unquote scare, says nothing, and then you leave. That's an interesting design choice that I wonder if maybe including him too much would make the house too scary and they had a mandate to not make this house very scary for the kid. I don't know. But that was a that was a very weird choice that I think hurts the house tremendously. But overall, the fact that it's at 8 right now and not 10 is shocking for where I had this on my hype for this property. So they really did a good job with what they had to work with, I think.
Well, I'm gonna piggyback off of you for my number 7 because that's Five Nights at Freddy's for me.
Wow, look
Which
at us.
I know I'm kind of shocked. This is the one that I said earlier where I was like, I can't believe I just put that there,
Yeah.
and I really enjoyed it. Compared to it started at 10 on my hype list. It will
Same,
probably
as all of us.
fall. Yeah, look at that. So everybody who was mad at us, look, we enjoyed it. We were gonna enjoy it. But this is not something, I agree with everything you guys said. This is not something that's gonna be an all-timer, a repeater for me every night. I'm also not fighting people for Stay and Scream because it keeps reaching capacity every night.
Mhm.
I'll get there when I get there. I'll do it like once a week or so. It's fun. I like it. It definitely brings out like the 90s nostalgia kid in me. Chuck E. Cheese, Discovery Zone, all that shit. The first scene made my jaw actually drop when I walked in.
Mhm.
And I know like we knew it was happening, but it just seeing it and living it and them being that big is very different. But my biggest complaint, and it's something you guys already touched on, and like we have physical proof of it because we got to record on opening night. My first run was earlier in the night, and most of the stuff was working. The second run, almost everything was not working. Even like puppets were having issues. So this is something that like they need to really fix or work on. It's not going to last 48 nights
No.
if they don't.
It's also sounding like one of them simply has not worked again. Period.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
there's that.
There's 2 effects that are like confirmed that have not been working at all.
Yeah.
Mm.
And like one of them is it's Foxy. Like everybody wants Foxy to run. He's very obviously on a track. And then it just doesn't do anything.
Just looks at you.
Not even a strobe light,
I
which
was
like I
gonna say,
almost wish there was
who's
a
ready
strobe.
for the strobe lights? Because they're coming.
Oh yeah, that's happening. If they can't get it to work, but like it looks like it's the same mechanism in Hollywood based on their previews that they did. So I'm worried for Hollywood too. And if Hollywood's works, get the fucking creature shop out here and fix our shit.
Seriously.
Because like that's a big deal. I feel like that would be a really good scare if they got it to work.
Yeah.
But even
Mhm.
without that, I'm not trying to hate on it. Just being critical of a couple things. I really like this house. I will say again, one more negative thing. I'm sorry. If you get caught in a cash change, it sucks.
Yeah.
It really sucks. We fully got stopped in front of the last Chico with the cupcake, and that was fine. But the Springtrap costume change or cash change took so long that even though we were held, even though it was like still like a couple minutes or maybe like 2 minutes, they were still trying to get the feet attached to the puppeteer. So like there were 2 people like fiddling with the puppet when we were walking by.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll get better at it because it's still opening weekend. But like I almost wish they would have just held us for another minute so we could at least see it because people are waiting like 3 hours for this fucking house. We should be able to see Springtrap.
Yeah, yeah. There's definitely. It almost feels like room to grow, even though I feel like it won't.
Mhm.
It feels like there's.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Remember how I said my number seven's kind of crazy too, for opposite reasons.
Mhm.
My number seven's Terrifier.
Oh,
What the fuck?
Duff. Are you okay?
Uh, Maybe not. I
What
don't
did
know.
art do to you?
I kind of I don't want to say I have a big issue with it, but I do not like the tone they approach this with as a pure comedy because that kind of takes away what makes art really fun is that he's playing this like I don't want to say lovable, but like kind of acting like a normal lovable clown while also like, tearing people apart. And it feels like it's just Comedy House and nothing else. And that tone does not work for me. Like it's fun. I have fun. I think the arts throughout the house are like amazing. That they just get so much freedom to be art and play that role. Um, but like scenic wise and everything, and like the gory and kill moments, mostly very lackluster and underwhelming. Overall, I think good house. That's about it.
I don't think you can comment on this one yet.
Yeah, I know. I don't think most people can. This is my one this year that I think there's a good chance it does go up just because of the fun factor, especially as the arts. I'm sure even get more time to really have some fun with you. Um, but I don't think it's breaking like near the top at any point, unfortunately. But it's good. I still think it is good. So there's that.
I'll take good. I'll take good. We all have a weird hot take this ranking. And it's cool because this year is just everything's all over the place and it's fun to see everyone's different opinions. It's
That's a
way
sign of a
more
good event.
exactly. When everything is the same, you can tell that there was something going wrong. When there's clear bottoms, clear tops, but the fact that my bottom, Jason, is number one for some people, like
A
that's how
lot of
you know it's
people.
an interesting year.
A lot of
Hmm.
people. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, it is the sign of a good year. Unfortunately, I wish Terrifier was not this way for me, and it ended up kind of more where I had it ranked in my hype list. But whatever. I'd rather have something really good like this be at 7. You know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. My 7 is gonna be Fallout. It's time to crawl out through the Fallout. I think this will drop. I think the only reason it's this high is because I like the property so much, and I like the vibes the house was giving. I think that the music played in here is really well done. They have 4 songs, just normal songs in this house, and that's more than a lot of houses do that use a soundtrack. So I really do appreciate that. I like the choice of it. And so even when I'm in rooms that are like, man, this is not a good room, I'm listening to a fun song and I don't care. I'm just like, yeah, I'm having a good time. Eventually that's going to wear off and I'm going to be like, wait a minute, I don't like this room. I'm just having a good time because of the music that's being played. Um, I think the intro is really cool. I think they do the wedding scene in a fun way. The projection of the sort of their fake projection sort of dying from the window is a really cool touch. And it starts off really strong, and then you go outside, and we've said before how like wallpaper curtains are bad, that no one likes them. They don't never work. They're a bad choice, especially when they're really obvious and they're not just like in the background. And this house decided, hey, to do the wasteland, let's have a big like wallpaper curtain here that you can see the seams of and it's already folded on the corners. And it's like, what are you doing, guys? This is terrible. How did someone look at this and say like that's a good idea? It's awful. And the reason I'm harping on it is not because I'm trying to look for criticism, but it kills the vibe that the beginning of the house had. Because I think the beginning of the house is so strong, and then it hurts it in a way that the house can never crawl back up to what that beginning scene had. Because it's such a jarring, bad choice. That the rest of the house that I don't think is awful. Can never get the hype up from the beginning. There isn't a lot of ghouls. The rad roaches that they were claiming to be like, oh, we're gonna have rad roaches, almost do nothing. Like some of them actually don't work, and when they do work, they just wiggle a little bit, and you have to like look for them to actually see them. They're almost so hidden in weird spots. We were talking before about why don't we have the bear, and yeah, why don't we have the bear? The show doesn't have enough horror elements to not have the bear. The gulper is not really that impressive.
No.
I don't know why it falls at 7 for me, because I keep saying bad things about it. And I want to say good things about it because like I think some of the set design is great. I like some of the lines. The music is cool. And I have a decent time in here, but I have so many criticisms as a person who really likes the show of going, you took a show that wasn't really horror, which is fine, but didn't use all the horror elements because you wanted Hollywood to have some of them, I guess. I don't know. I think design wise, when you're making a house based on this show, I don't think they did it very well at all. But I still have fun right now, so that's why it's at 7. But I don't think it's staying here, unfortunately.
Yeah. The gulper kind of looks like you guys have been on the Nemo ride at Epcot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I don't remember. It's the shark that has the hook in his nose. He pops out of like the sub.
Mhm.
That's exactly what the gulper looks like to me.
I kind of see it.
And I like the gulper in the show. This one's so itty bitty. And it's not
Yeah.
scary. It's too far away from us.
Is it accurate to say that I think FNAF attempts to scare more than Fallout?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I know Legacy a long time ago said originally heard this was going to be a Fan Fest Nights experience, but then I guess they didn't like get the timing right, and now it's here at Horror Nights. And I honestly, after seeing the house, I would believe him
That
because it
makes
feels
more
like a Fan
sense.
Fest Nights experience of Fallout.
Yeah, it really kind of does.
And they just shoehorned in some scares where they could.
Yeah. I
Oof.
want to end with one positive because I don't want to feel like negative Nancy. The line "I can't see shit" when of the T60 when all the lights go out is really funny. I like that line
Yeah.
because I also can't see shit.
Wow, it's meta.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everything up from here, though, I have a lot of positive things to say, though.
I hope
though,
so. That was pretty rough for your 7. You sounded happier about your 8 and 9 somehow.
Yeah, I'm starting to think maybe Fallout didn't belong at 7, but I wrote the list, so here it is.
Oh,
That's the
no.
list.
I was
Tune
pretty
us
hard
into
on
this next week.
FNAF. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, something Jonathan has been hating on. I'm ready to defend Grave of Flesh. That's my number 6.
That's not that high. I thought it would be higher.
It was only my number 5 on my hype list.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. Relax. No, I love the first half of this house. The scene where you look up at your own grave and your own like funeral with the tent over it and everything, and it's raining a little bit. It gave me chills the first time I went through. It honestly gives me chills every time. And then hearing the digging, that is what I wanted out of this house. That is like, if people really get it and like dying is one of their biggest fears, because that's a lot of people's biggest fears, that hits. I do wish there was a scare actor in there, but I understand why there's not. They really wanted to hit. But let's talk about the second half of the house. No, let's not talk about that yet. The flesh eaters, I love the character design. I know Jonathan fucking hates it. They look like little rat babies. And I love because rats also like will eat flesh.
Mm-hmm.
They don't normally do, but they will if they have to. So I kind of like love that design. It's a little silly. I can get that, but to me it looks like a rat, and I'm fully into it. And they're scary and aggressive in this house. But then you get to the room with the purple and green columns or something. I call it my room because the lighting is for me, I guess. And then Jonathan said it earlier. I think we enter purgatory because there are endless staircases and hallways and doorways in all directions. And then a scare actor pops out that says you're never leaving here, you'll never get out of here, or something like that. And it's just endless and endless. But then we get to an altar with what our friend B says is a xenomorph on it. And I on Sunday night, I don't know if it was the exhaustion or what, I started alluding to it as Jesus Christ. I was really on a roll with trying to describe Grave of Flesh. I was like, so here's my thing. I think we're either not thinking about it enough or we're thinking about it too hard. I don't know the answer. Kelly Malik is the only one who can answer that. And I don't know if I want to ask her for the answer.
Does she know the answer?
No, I think I've figured it out before she did. So I think we die. And then the flesh eaters like pull us into their realm. I'm not even taking the podcast into account. I listened to it. It's cool. Like it, whatever. This is the Jess story for Grave of Flesh. And then we die. And then we go into purgatory. And then you either become a flesh eater or you become a flesh eaten. Because we see people that are becoming flesh eaters and then we see victims and flesh eaters. So like that's my theory. And then towards the end, I don't think we're in purgatory anymore because I think we're getting eaten by the flesh eaters. Or we're becoming one. I'm not sure yet, but we kind of go back into that realm as well towards the end. So I don't know. That's my theory. I'm kind of into it. I'm really into it if I hit my vape pen and then go into it, which might be what Kelly Malik did before she wrote this house. But there is one hallway in the first half that gives me a whisper of a Graveyard Games. Just a whisper.
Mm-hmm.
And it just makes my heart flutter a little bit. And I think that's why it's a little probably higher than other people and why I like it.
Well, I still can't talk about this, so it's not higher than me.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
I really like an alien DJ.
I do.
Oh my
I told
God,
you how much I
Jesus
like
Christ,
Club Horror. So my number 6, I actually do think is going to jump. This is kind of a situation what we talked about earlier, specifically the older sprung tents of maybe not having great staffing consistently, and I cannot get a good run of Dolls Let's Play Dead. But it gets up to number 6 just based off the contents of the house, what the story is. I really like the way Lila follows you around through the screens, like looking into the dollhouses. Um, there's so many fun elements. I love the easy bake oven and like getting cooked in there. That's fun. It has so much cool shit, but I like don't see scare actors like at all. I think I've had it's at least 3, maybe 4 runs of it, and I can't get a good run. And it's unfortunate because, like I said, I love the contents of this house, but I can't really get it any higher when I don't see any scare actors. So, yeah, I'm really excited to continue going through this, get a good run, and watch this rise up my rankings because I think he did a really good job designing it, Charles Gray. I think the facade works at night. We complained a little bit about the key art. We said like, yeah, it's not really going to change much, but like you can't even like really see the key art on the facade at night. So it's just like the cool projection. It's dark. It's foggy. Um, yeah, it's just unfortunate I can't put it higher yet.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. And my number 6 is another old sprung tent house, and that's Hatchet and Chains. And I can't seem to get a great run of this either. It's just it has to be something happening with the old sprungs in terms of staffing. But even besides that, I think my girlfriend sort of described a lot of the sets as like feeling samey. And it's just like, what do you remember about Hatchet and Chains? Like, it's dark. I don't remember anything. Everything kind of feels the same. Like, Jess, you mentioned, like, there's a schoolhouse scene. You didn't see that. Like, all I noticed was that there was a sign that said, like, 1 + 1 = 2. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm in the schoolhouse, but it doesn't really feel like it. I guess I'm over here in the town, but it doesn't really feel like it. Just feels like a haunted house. I don't love the putting it in an old sprung tent for this Western environment. I think I would have rather had something like Ghost Town that was in a soundstage that had a lot more space to live and breathe. Um, but regardless of that, I do think there are a lot of good things about this house, which is why it's up here. I think there are some really creative scares, really creative effects. One of the best uses of screens I've ever seen in my Horror Nights history with the train and seeing the train through the window and feeling the vibrations on the floor. So good. Some of the horses they put in here are really cool, and the fact that you can see bullet holes and they fire, it shoots little puffs of fog with light coming out of them like gunshots are happening. There are so many really cool, unique things in this house, and good scares like the Undertaker scaring you on stilts, and there's like a good double scare too in that little area that can make the house go higher. But I just need to see all the boo holes filled to really get a full opinion of it. But I don't think it's going to end up moving that much from my middle. This feels like a middle of the road house to me.
Mhm. But hey, look how much you like when you've barely seen anything. You never know.
That's true. It's possible.
I guess I'll hop to my number 5 because I can kind of now say it is finally time to discuss Grave of Flesh on my end. Can I point out that I made an opening night ranking for the first time ever? Like, actually was like, yeah, let's just see what I thought specifically opening night because of how crazy just getting one run is, and it's so dependent on that. Grave of Flesh was number 2.
Boo.
Um,
Or should I say
Wow.
moo?
yeah, so
Oh my God, Jonathan.
you should be happy. It dropped to 5. Leave me alone.
That's true. I am happy about that.
Terrifier was also at 9.
Oh.
Opening night. Sorry. But anyways, yeah. Grave of Flesh, I think, sure. Does it tell a great story? No, it doesn't. Do I love a story? Yeah, but I also love a fucking vibe. And guess what it is? It surely is a vibe. It's got the graveyard shit going on. The creature design's fun. I don't know why it looks like a rave, but it's fun regardless. I mean, there's really not much to say. It just feels like there's decent scare designs. The sets, well, being pretty samey throughout, except for when they get really different, are well executed, so it's immersive in that sense. Yeah, I mean, it's a fun house for me to go through in that sense. It just feels like a straight up haunt. You don't have to know anything about it. Just go in, get the scares, get the vibes, good to go.
Yeah, what he said. Nothing about purgatory. See, that's what I mean by we're either thinking about it too much or we're not thinking about it hard enough.
Oh, and also Jesus, of course.
Well, and Jesus is up there. Why is it in all white? If they don't want me to, it might be Jesus. I'm just saying. I don't know.
This is such a good house.
Fast forward to like 4 weeks from now, and I'm like, my number 10 is Grave of Flesh.
I mean, it's very possible.
It is, but I want to cut the audio.
I will tell you, it will not be 10.
It will never be 10.
My 10 is my 10. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I think my 9 and my 10 are pretty set for the year. Like, confident in that. But I want to cut that audio of you saying it's a fucking vibe. Okay, well, my number 5, which it dropped 1 from my hype list. It's Dolls. Let's Play Dead. And I love it. I think it's great. Again, nostalgia. I played with a lot of these toys that Lila's fucking up with. But Lila bad. Lila's so bad. Lila's evil.
Oh.
If you ever go through the house with me, all I do is yell evil. Because this motherfucker, I will say, there is a story within a story in this house. The story of the rat. I want you to follow along with me for a moment. We enter the facade. Beautiful. Mwah. Little scare off to the side. A little gat. Ooh, push the doorbell, guys. And then off to the right, we have a mouse trap. Or rat trap, whatever you want to call it. And there's a tail there that is ripped off. And you're like, oh my God, the baby. And it's massive. Because remember, we're a doll now. Now we fast forward. This psychopath. And you guys thought I was going to talk about something else, didn't you? Didn't you, Duff?
Yeah, I did.
I'm getting there.
I did.
This little psychopath has the rat body at like a tea party on the table, but it doesn't have a head because the head is a puppet that pops out at you. The decapitated dead rat head. Remember when I asked for giant rats and mutations? This is not what I meant. Universal. What the fuck?
This year was too much for you, so they had to fuck it up somehow.
They had to knock me down a peg or 5. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to hold my tongue in this house. I love it. I really do. But when I get to that scene, I just go, evil! Evil! And then the rat pops out and I go, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I need to confront Lila about this. She doesn't talk though. So, but yeah, I love dolls besides the rat scene. I think it's great. But I think there's a lot of holes that are missing. So this could either go up or down on my list, depending. But who knows this year? Everything's really good except the dead rat. But oh wait, one more thing. I forgot about this part. When you walk under the bed, Lila pees on you because psychopaths wet the bed. Ta-da!
Genius.
And then if you go meet her costume, there's yeah, you could tell. Yeah. Yay, Lila.
Yay, Lila.
Jonathan just retroactively put dolls at 9.
Evil.
I
Evil
changed
girl.
it.
That's okay. She's evil. She killed a rat.
It's true.
In the worst way possible. Caught it and then evil. Evil child.
Speaking of evil,
Yeah.
now my number 5 is a evil entity in a haunted house. It's that was a bad transition. Number 5 is El Artista. And I didn't think it would be at 5 when they were hyping this up either, because I mean everything they were saying that this is going to be the greatest HHN house ever made, basically. And it's a really, 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 really good HHN house in terms of scenic setting. The facade is maybe one of my favorite facades I've ever seen ever. The story, while I think it's a little difficult if you didn't listen to the podcast or know stuff before it, and you're just seeing it for the first time. I do think that listen to the podcast is important, or just the extra information is still really good. There's amazing effects. This is a type of house that while the rooms are big, it doesn't feel completely empty because there's so many effects happening. The thing that does feel empty is sometimes the actors. This house had this opening weekend has experienced lots and lots of delays, more so than I've ever seen an HHN house have before. And I think that's affecting things. I think that's affecting holes in the house. I think that's affecting certain effects just not working or turning on, and timing getting right. This house is so ambitious and so interesting that it doesn't want to work yet opening weekend, or it wants to keep shutting down. And I really think that later in the season it has the potential to go to number 1 or 2 or 3 because of that, because it's clear that this house is having some problems. But besides that, I think this house has everything: story, scares, sets, immersiveness. I absolutely adore it, and I can't wait to spend some more time in here, because this might be my least run house because of the lines for it, and how just it feels almost out of the way, because you got the portal, the hub in the sound stages, and the hub in the back, and Artiste is just sort of in the front, and I find myself missing it because of its placement in the park. I don't know, but yeah, I can't wait to get some more runs of this. Right now it's at 5.
Well, I understand. Not there yet, but I fully understand. So should I go to my number 4 then? Where I finally get to join you guys and talk about Hatchet and Chains. Because I really like Hatchet and Chains, actually. And I've gotten decent runs out of it, so that obviously helps. Like one of the big things, but both of you mentioned, is not seeing enough Hatchet and or Chains. And like I've seen plenty of them. I think I alluded to it before, that they use a lot of scale, even though it's kind of a tighter space, and they like to put them up high and have them like fully have moments. Like there's one where Chains is pulling a demon through a fireplace that's like trying to escape, and like it fully is pulling him, and you get to see both sides as you wrap around it. Uh, the media elements, like the fucking train, looks so cool, especially once you walk into that room and are looking through the window at the train passing by. Um, I think I wish there was a bit more of like the lava effect going throughout, but I like it when it's there. I just think it's a really well designed house. Both sets scares. It's a fun story, fun characters. Yeah, I just think it's like a really good house. It's probably going to stay somewhere around this level throughout the season.
Hell yeah.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Ha ye.
Oh, what incarnation?
What incarnation?
What number are we on?
4.
Oh, okay. I can go, and I have something to say.
Uh-oh.
Well, no, we have some official names to get out here.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So my number 4 is Galkin, and this is the biggest. I'm sorry, I was wrong. I don't know. I had it at what 8 on my hype list. Now it's 4. I love her. She's great. I won't lie. Every time I walk in, somebody does say, "Is this the Blair Witch?" And that makes me giggle a little bit. But I really love the character design of like the Galkin and all of that. And we got our they killed Mama and Papa line back. I love that that's still going strong. I think it's great. I love the finale. The finale is so
Oh,
fun
so good.
when we go into the Galkin, into the monster. But the official names we have to get out. Now, I just need you guys to trust my sources, and I'll say that the source has been on the podcast before. That's all I'm going to give you. But the source comes from in the house, and they have told us that the wolves in this house, there's 3 of them. They have names, and they are triplets of terror, if you will. That is not their names though. But if you've been in the house, you come across what is there? There is a static wolf. That is Penelope, Leticia,
Aw.
Royale. There's a derpy animatronic one is the word that was used.
It is. It's pretty fucking derpy, if you had to
That
say.
is their brother Patrick Lawrence Royale. And then the puppet that everyone knows and loves, Patrice Leanne Royale. She's the one that started it all. I've been hearing about her for a while. Patrice, Patrick, and Penelope.
Aw, I love the
And then along
Royales.
the Royales. And then along with this, I was sent a picture of the 3 hyenas from The Lion King, which is 100% accurate. But I'm just letting you guys know that this information is coming directly from the cast and like Inside Creative. That is what they want you guys to call these things. It was asked of me to get it out there, so
We're just sharing a message.
they sent out the 365 signal, and here we are. So yeah, Patrice, Patrick, and Penelope, welcome to the stage. I love your house.
Patrice.
Love your house.
Yeah, I won't be talking about this yet, so
I know. But yeah, she's great.
All right. My number 4. I'm gonna try to keep this short and sweet. Because it's pretty easy why it's my 4. It's Dolls Let's Play Dead, and the main reason is that it is just incredibly immersive. Um, Looking up the scale that it has to keep you feeling like you're tiny is so impressive. I forget that I'm in a sprung tent. I feel like I've completely been shrunken down. Everything is thought of so meticulously, including the actors' costumes and the effects and the scale of the outlets on the wall. I feel like I was shrunk down to the size of a doll. It's even more impressive than something like Toy Story Land. Like I actually feel like I've shrunk. It's really, really, really cool, and that's honestly the main reason why it's 4 for now. There's a lot more I could say, but I want to save some time for my top 3, so I'm gonna keep it short and sweet.
all right. Well, I guess I'll go to my number 3, and I guess I'll be the next one to bring it up. El Artista, which I think it is one of the most beautiful houses I've ever seen. I think the story is definitely there. I think it is too run dependent, though. Obviously, a bad run could ruin any house, but I think specifically for this one, it tells so much story through scare actor portrayals. So if you're missing even just bits and pieces, it can really throw off the story being told. Uh, I haven't seen it firing on all cylinders yet. I hope too soon. Um, but what I like about it is that, well, being gorgeous and being story heavy, it does not let up on scares because of that. The second half of this house picks the fuck up intensity wise, and it can really just deliver everything you want in a house. So this has potential to be number one very easily if I can consistently get some good runs. It's just it's missing everything coming together for me currently. I hope that it eventually will.
I can piggyback off of that in 1 second, but I wish we were doing a video because I just realized what neither of you have spoken about.
Uh huh.
Hmm.
Wow. Okay. I really wish we did video just for that because I legitimately was like, wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my number 3 is also Artista. Um, Mainly for the same reasons. I had really good runs on opening night, but I was filming, so I wasn't really experiencing it. I was looking at it through a camera. So I've only had one run with one run without a camera, excuse me. But that run was missing a lot and it was at the beginning of the event at the night. So I can't wait to do it more. It's beautiful. I still got when I think staffing was like half when it opened. So I'm very excited to see where this goes. I don't know if it'll be one. I don't know this year, but it might be two at least. Maybe one. We'll see.
Okay. Well, Jonathan.
My number 3 is the Horrors of the Wyatt
I
Six.
can't believe this.
It is really fucking good. It's I mean, it's a Horror Nights house through and through, and it's so much story that's told really well. The ending hits you like a fucking truck. Even I don't even have that much connection with it, but you feel it. You really do feel it. And I don't think I've ever felt something like that in a haunted house before. It's really scary. I have so much fun going through rooting for like, Huskus, and he goes crazy when you root for him in the little cage area. The ending is just completely powerful. The final fiend, I love when he's doing his thing. I think it's one particular cast because I'm able to tell from one of the actors, like, oh, okay, it's cast B or cast A or whatever, that the final fiend, whenever I get near him, I start going like yowie wowie, and then he hits the trigger and he goes yowie wowie, and it's like such an amazing ending moment of the house. It's so fun. Actually, that one time I think I heard the actor say it and then went, oh shit, and then hit the trigger. He was so in character. He was like talking. it it was incredible. I don't have a lot of time to talk about this, but I have a lot of good things to say. This is a very, very, very good house.
Well, I can piggyback off you, Jonathan, because my number two is the
Oh my
horrors of the Wyatt
god.
Six. I said earlier that this is the most Horror Nights feeling of the houses. I 100% meant that. It feels like a 2000s into early 2010s kind of just straightforward Horror Nights haunt. And I don't just mean that purely like vibe and there's not more to it because there is. You can fully see, even if you don't know what is going on, it doesn't matter. You could see that there was passion in this because there's not an empty corner, not a single detail missed. This house is flush with things to look at and to take in and experience. And they did not sacrifice the scares whatsoever. They brought the absolute biggest people I've ever seen in my life to portray like a 5'9" wrestler. So that's pretty cool. Um, it's yeah, it's not about the wrestling. Obviously, you can pick up on
No.
that and the pieces of it. But that's not what the house is about. That's not what's happening. It's about these fictional characters that come from the wrestlers and you stepping into that world. Um, it doesn't have any like crazy impressive sets. It has a couple, but it really doesn't have to. It's like not the point. It really does just kind of focus on telling a story, scaring you. The fucking media implementations, amazing, amazing. I think the Firefly design is so fucking cool. Like it's what a cool original character to build. It means something to a lot of people, but if it means nothing to you, like honestly me, like it doesn't. It's just a really fucking cool character design that fits so well in this IP house. Um and yeah, I just don't know how else to portray that. I think it is a very fun house. in a very Horror Nights experience.
Yeah. My number 2 is Terrifier. um, I think it's really fun. I think it's great. I know we're short on time here, so I'm trying not to. We have so much time to talk about this stuff. I have gotten to do the wet and the dry path though, and I will say, obviously, they were blowing smoke up our ass. It's not that fucking bad, guys. All the people that are saying this is me before and this is me after, that's people after the rainstorm at Premium Scream Night, not the actual wet path. But it has been inconsistent in a positive way that in the 3 times I've done the wet path, it has been drastically different every time. One time I was very wet, like the top half of me was very wet. Another time, just like a light misting. So I can't promise it's always going to be the same. But the big difference at the end is the stinger scare at the end of the wet path is Sienna with Art's head. The dry path is Art's decapitated body, like as a scare actor. If you do the wet path, you see both. If you do the dry path, you do not see Sienna. So
While we're here, because I forgot to say when I was ranking it, one of the things I really don't like about it is the wet path. They sacrificed
Oh.
having anything fun to get you a little wet. Like,
yes,
it's a waste of a scene completely. Because like it's a whole like symphony of blood, and like there's nothing to look at. There's nothing like creating this blood that's very visible. Absolute waste of a scene.
yeah. The dry path is also a waste in my opinion. There's no scare actors in either, just the stingers at the end. The dry path, I lied when I said they were the same. I was watching a video just to make sure the other day, and the dry path has some bodies twitching on the wall. That's it, and it's a little bit more well lit. The wet path is very dark.
Yeah.
But I think it's fun. I think the interactions with Art are amazing. I think the scare actors are already running on almost all cylinders in this house. I think that my number 1 is the house that is running on all cylinders already. But I'm excited to see where they go with it. It's just really fun for me right now. And they pulsed us the other day, which was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
In like a 2-hour line, they were like, "Well, we're gonna pulse you." I was like, "Oh, okay." So that was I got all the scares timed perfectly, so it was a really fun run for me at least.
It's not time for me to talk about it yet. But my number 2 is Galkin. Really quickly, everything you guys said about Galkin, I share the same opinions. It is really, really good, really surprising. I really have nothing new to say besides that it's fucking amazing and scary and has great set design and a good story. And I can't wait to do it more and more times. It is a very, very high number 2.
Well, I'll piggyback off you for my number 1, which is Galkan Monsters of the North. Basically, what you just said, and exactly what I said about Artista, except this is firing on all cylinders for me. The story's hitting, scares are hitting, scenic's there. Is it the same level of scenic as Artista? No. What, the scares are more amplified, and the story isn't too dependent on a single run. So you can still get all of it, even if you don't get a perfect run. I think the monsters are really cool. I love how brutal it is. Like, you watch a lot of people, whether it's on a screen or on a dummy, but you watch people like die, basically. And yeah, that finale's fucking sick. If you didn't know, it is just a repeated room from the Wicked Growth finale, but it works really well as the belly of the beast, and the fucking puppet head is really fucking cool too. Scary, beautiful, love Galkin. Really love Galkin.
Jonathan, I'm gonna let you go.
Okay. My number 1 is Terrifier. This one I want to talk about a little more because I absolutely love this house. I am a big fan of comedy houses in interaction, and this is I do think this is a very comedy house, but it still doesn't sacrifice on using the gore as comedy. Art bursting out of the double door that's splitting a person apart and just like smiling and laughing is hilarious. Him bleaching a victim and cutting them and everyone like clapping for him saying good job Art is just like the comedy that I like about Terrifier. It's the contradiction of like, man, what he's doing is absolutely awful, but as horror fans we kind of want to watch that, because that's why we're watching this type of movie, to see things that are more fantasy, more horrific, but just I don't know. I'm rushing because I'm strapped for time. But it's really really fun. The arts are interactive. The ending scene, I do not agree about the wet path, because I find it so funny that every time I go between dry and wet, art convinces me to go through the wet path, and then I get to like almost run through it. Safely. And get wet and get too scared. It is like the most fun thing I've done in a house in a long time, actually feeling things like that. Yeah, I absolutely love this house. Very, very good. I'll have more to talk about it later. Terrifier is a very, very solid IP.
For what it's worth, I do love that art. I just specifically don't like the paths themselves.
Yes, I do get that.
Yeah. All right, so that leaves my number one, and nobody's surprised. I'm not surprised. It's The Horrors of the Wyatt Six. I did not get Beetlejuiced again.
Far from it. Very far from it.
I'm going to try to get through all of this without crying. I already said it on the spoiler-free part. I think that this is as perfect could be. I think that, well, obviously without knowing Bray, but knowing, what we do know and getting to watch him, this is everything that he would have done or wanted. And I think Taylor, his brother, and Mike and Ramon have made a beautiful tribute and a beautiful, immersive, scary haunted house. And I was honestly not expecting it to be this scary. Especially yeah, okay, I'll get scared a couple times, but this is my IP. I'm just going to be fully immersed in it. And they can't scare me. No, they can fucking scare me all the time. And they're so big. And it's okay that the wrestlers aren't that big in real life, because Eric Rowan is 6'5" or something like that. That's fine. But Bray wasn't very tall. Bo's not very tall. Joe Gacy's not very tall. But they're making them bigger than life, because this isn't about the wrestlers. This is about the characters and the spirit of these performers. The thing, I want to get this out of the way before I forget, the thing that I alluded to that made me sob like a baby when I went back and thought about the house after opening night, is when we walk into the Firefly Funhouse, because you fully walk into the set, and it looks identical to the set, as someone who has seen the set in real life. And it's abandoned, and it is covered in cobwebs, because it's been years since anybody's been in there.
Mm-hmm.
And that, as an afterthought, oh my God, it's choking me up now, is just so heartbreaking as a wrestling fan. And I understand why they put it in there, and it makes so much sense. And then Alexa Bliss pops out at you. Oh my God, I didn't even think she was going to be in the house. I was so happy that 99.9% of the things I put on my wish list for this house that you guys have all heard over the last couple months are in there. The only thing that's not is the final form of the Fiend. But I think out of respect for the family, that should not be worn by anybody. So I get it. But oh my God, it's so good. The facade, I knew we were walking into the entrance, but we're literally walking into their entrance with the fireflies behind us and everything. Like you said, the firefly design is so cool. The original character walking into the Wyatt family compound. There's a nod to Luke Harper. There's a nod to the sheet mask that Eric used to wear. You have the old promos playing on the screen. Fan service, but scary. And one of the coolest scenes is the production truck too, where you're literally walking into it. Screens of all the wrestlers. Got to see my girl Rhea Ripley. And then a double scare of the Fiend and Howdy, which is what the final hope was for these characters before he passed. And they're big fucking bitches. And I've gotten hit with dread so many times this week, and I'm so happy about it.
So many times.
So many. But it is perfect. And everyone that's in this house, if any of you are listening, y'all are doing the thing. You guys are firing on all cylinders. You have been since opening night, in my opinion. Keep it up. Y'all are literally doing what everything he would have wanted and more. But that finale, Fiend, you are special. I hate to talk about one person specifically.
It's true though. It's so
But
true.
like, I've never seen somebody embody like a bigger than life character like that so perfectly. If you haven't watched our walkthrough on YouTube, I really would suggest you go watch it, not to plug anything. But he did a backbend in his boo hole like Bray used to do in the ring. And I left the house weeping. I don't know how the camera's not shaking. We got it. But he is very special. The fact that he can do that sometimes, he's not going to do it for everybody. But even the other cast, like getting in Duff's face, like almost kissing you. He's aggressive with his yowie wowie trigger. I love this house so much. Oh my god. And I'm get to talk about it for so many more weeks. You guys are gonna be sick of me. But it's so perfect. I'm gonna stop myself.
Well, I'm happy that you got a house that really gave you what you wanted. But on top of that is also just a great house for everyone else too.
Yeah.
So,
You don't have to care.
nope.
You don't. It's beautiful.
Well, way more than 3 hours in. I guess we
Oh
won't
my
hold
god.
people too much longer, but that is our opening night review, our opening week house rankings, and we're going to be back hopefully next week with further things ranked, like, the scare zones and shows, those things. But until then, we're going to head out. Follow us on social media. That's Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at HHN365, or TikTok at HHN365pod. Join our Discord server. That link will be in the description. Our merch shop, where reminder, we do have 2 new shirts to check out at hhn365.com. And leave us a voicemail that will play here on the show at 407-906-4134. And until next week, we will see you in the streets.